You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page or YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. The box office is now open for 2018 individual ticket sales. Box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also purchase your tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX, going online to liducks.com, or visiting our mobile app. Season ticket packages and 10-game mini plans for the 2018 season are also available. To find out more information and secure your seats, please dial extensions 115 or 116 to speak with someone in our ticket office. Get your business recognized by hundreds of thousands of Long Islanders by taking advantage of the advertising and sponsorship opportunities currently available with the Long Island Ducks. For more information, please dial extension 106 or check us out on the web at liducks.com. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, our exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages for the 2018 season are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, please dial extension 124 during normal business hours to speak with our Director of Group Sales.
Michael Pollack with you here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. Game 2 of our single admission doubleheader coming up here momentarily. The Long Island Ducks rallying back in the bottom of the 7th in Game 1 for a dramatic 8-7 waddle-off win. Ended with a game-winning base hit through the left side by Jordani Valdespin off of left-hander Matt Marksberry, who manager Ross Peoples of the Barnstormers brought in to face the lefty after the struggles from Caleb Fleck, who to begin the inning allowed a game-tying solo home run to David Washington, his league-leading tying 22nd of the year as he pulls even with Blake Galen of the Barnstormers for the league lead. And now the Ducks end up getting the victory in Game 1 when they were staring defeat in the face following Francisco Rodriguez allowing a 3-run home run to Josh Bell that enabled the Barnstormers in the top half of the inning following 2 walks to take a 7-6 lead. And so a thrilling walk-off win for the Ducks, a big one at that. And now Long Island will try and sweep this doubleheader like they did in Southern Maryland last Thursday and end up taking 2 of the first 3 in this series. Darian Sanford at the plate to begin. We'll go through the starting lineups and all the information that you need here as we get going for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Sanford at the plate. Play ball has been called. First pitch on the way from righty Lorenzo Barcelo. It's bunted foul back to the screen, and we are underway.
Start time for the ball game, 9:24.
9:24 official first pitch time here for game number 2. Now we'll get our first pitch temperature here in a moment as well. Barcelo making his second start with the Ducks, winds and fires, and Sanford takes a breaking ball outside to even up the count.
The official Suffolk Transportation Services temperature of the second ball game is 81 degrees.
81 degrees, the official first pitch temperature here for Game 2 of the doubleheader. 1-1, Sanford squares the bunt, pulls back, takes a strike, and that will move the count to 1-2. From the windup, Barcelo kicks and fires, and Sanford lines this one to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Miles Williams, the right fielder, tracks over to field. He'll fire it back in, and it is a leadoff single for Darian Sanford, the speedy center fielder for the Barnstormers. So the lineup for you, leading off for the Barnstormers, their center fielder Darian Sanford, as we mentioned. And up to the plate will step the number 2 hitter for the Barnstormers. That is their shortstop, Tyler Bortnick, after the single from Sanford. And you can bet he'll certainly be trying to run for second in all likelihood. There he goes. Pitch is swung and fouled back to the backstop behind home plate. A very late swing, and they call catcher's interference, actually. They say that the bat hit the glove of the catcher, Ramon Cabrera. So catcher's interference moves the runner to first. It'll be an error on the catcher, Ramon Cabrera. And so the first error of the game. The Ducks, who committed 2 errors in game 1, have committed an error already, 2 batters into game 2. So Bortnick is on the catcher's interference, and that'll bring to the plate Blake Galen.
Error on the Ducks.
So here is Blake Galen to the plate, first pitch, and that is taken for a strike. And the count 0-1. Galen, the designated hitter, was the DH in game 1 as well. Bats from the left side. Galen at .287 thus far, 22 homers, 74 RBIs, swings and misses. And the count goes to 0-2. These stats are all updated through game 1 of the doubleheader, which again the Ducks won by the final count of 8-7. So it's Galen, the DH. Trayvon Robinson, the right fielder, will follow. Josh Bell, the third baseman, hits 5th. Casey Hobson at first base bats in the 6th spot. 0-2 from Barcelo, and Galen pops it foul, third base side out of play. Carlos Garcia, the second baseman, hitting 7th. Anderson De La Rosa does the catching and hits 8th, and rounding out the order for the Barnstormers is their left fielder, and that is Rico Noel. So that'll look at their starting lineup for game 2. Anderson De La Rosa, who didn't start the first game, but came in late behind the plate after Ryan Castillo was pinch run for in the 7th. Runners lead. Here comes the 0-2. Fly ball in the air, right side of the infield. David Washington, the first baseman, camped under it with the infield fly rule in effect. He'll make the call on the catch. And there's the first out. A good first out there for the right-hander Lorenzo Barcelo. Keeps the runners in their positions. With the one away, that'll bring up Trayvon Robinson to the plate.
Trayvon Robinson, number 5.
Again, Robinson wearing number 5, listed on the roster at 21. But where's number 5 again for the Barnstormers here? They go with their alternate uniforms that feature the black, white, and red stripes, and the word Stormers on the front chest in white, and white number on the back. Barcelo comes set, runners dancing off of first and second. First pitch here just misses the outside corner, and that is ball 1 of the switch hitting Robertson. Robinson comes into this game with a batting average of .292, 6 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Sanford with terrific speed at second. Bortnick can run well at first, not quite as fast, but still with pretty good speed. Here's the 1-0. There's a fastball strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Silvio Martinez, the home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes here in this game. He's joined on the base pass by Frank Urilli, who is around at first base. And over on the third base side of things is Fred DeJesus. Barcelo staring in for the sign. Now he's got the pitch he likes. 1-1. Fastball ran low and inside. Backing out of the way of it was Robinson. It's 2-1. So the Ducks, for the moment, are now 5 games clear of the Somerset Patriots in the second half Liberty Division standings with their win in game 1. Somerset currently playing right now against the Road Warriors. That game's starting to get late. Last we checked, Patriots had a 4-3 lead. And obviously this game will affect where the standings are after tonight. 2-1. Try to hit the inside corner with a breaking ball. Just missed, painting the black. Silvio Martinez said it was too far inside, and the count moves to 3-1. So Robinson trying to get aboard to load the bases for the man who almost was the hero in game 1, Josh Bell, who had homered in the 7th inning. 3-1, runners go. Pitch is swung and fouled back behind the plate. Sanford got a good jump. A little bit of a delayed steal, but still got a good jump on it. They'll have to retreat, though. And the count now full at 3-2. So we'll see if the runners take off again. Again, a leadoff single by Sanford to right field. The catcher's interference allowing Bortnick to reach. On the pop out to first by Galen. Payoff pitch coming up from Barcelo to Robinson. Barcelo gets the sign from Ramon Cabrera, the catcher, and comes set. Turn and a throw back to second. And back there safely at second base. Sliding in safely was Darian Sanford. Ducks wearing their home white uniforms here for game 2 after wearing the alternate black uniforms in the first game. A game that took nearly 3 hours, 2 hours and 49 minutes to determine a winner. Teams combining for 15 runs, 25 hits, 4 errors, and combined to leave 17 men on base. And that shows you why the game took as long as it did for a 7-inning ball game. Payoff pitch. Ground ball left side, fielded by Cody Puckett. Bobbles though, recovers, throws to second. And they just get the out at second. It was close, but just getting the out at second there as Puckett bobbled the hard ground ball initially. Maybe tried to turn a little too soon. It was tough, but ultimately they get the out there. 5-4 on the fielder's choice. As Robinson reaches at first, crossing over to third is Sanford. And so, there are now runners at the corners, 2 men out. Bortnick retired at second base, and up to the plate will step the third baseman and 5-hitter, switch hitter from the left side, Josh Bell. First pitch on the way from Barcelo, and taken for a strike, 0-1 the count. Bell comes into game 2 of the doubleheader at 209 on the year, 6 home runs now and 19 runs batted in. Give you the Ducks defensive alignment here in a moment. The 0-1, Barcelo deals. His fastball just misses outside to even the count. Robert Garcia gets the start in left field here for game number 2 of the doubleheader. The center fielder is Anthony Vega, and Miles Williams is around in right. On the infield from left to right, Cody Puckett at third. Steve Longo gets the start at shortstop. Jordani Valdespin at second. David Washington, the first baseman. Ramon Cabrera behind the plate doing the catching. 1-1. Curveball. That just missed low and away. Barcelo not missing by much on a lot of these pitches. Not getting the calls, and the count moves to 2-1. So Puckett, Longo, Garcia, and Cabrera, all 4 were on the bench in game 1, all coming in here in game 2. Runner goes from first, a 2-1, misses low, and a fake throw down to second base by Cabrera, who ends up throwing back to third. And back safely there at third base is Sanford. Count now moves to 3-1. And a second on the stolen base goes Trayvon Robinson. So Robinson picks up the steal. That is his 15th of the year in 20 attempts. And a good hitter's count here for Josh Bell at 3-1. First base is open. Casey Hobson waiting on deck. Barcelo gets the sign and comes set. And it's 3-1. Breaking ball here, again missing. Trying to hit the outside corner, but that's just off the outside part of the plate. A 2-out walk issued by Barcelo, and the first of the night conceded by the right-hander. Barcelo coming off a strong start down in Southern Maryland last Thursday in game 2 of a doubleheader, and gets another start here today. He allowed 1 run over 4 innings of work, gave up 5 hits, but did not concede a walk, and struck out 4. By the way, that walk that was just given up by Barcelo, his first as a Duck. Barcelo had gone his first 8 appearances without a walk, 11 innings of work, but concedes the walk here in the first inning tonight with 2 outs to Bell. And now here's Casey Hobson. First pitch, and Hobson takes a curveball. That misses low and away. And so the count 1-0. Bell drew 2 walks, by the way, in the first game. Came around to score on both walks. And then, of course, at that home run, so 3 runs in the game, 3 RBIs as well for Josh Bell. 1-0 to Hobson. That fastball missing in tight. Barcelo losing the strike zone a bit, and is now behind here at 2-0. And again, a lot of these pitches are close, but just missing the corners. And the Barnstormers, who are a very patient team, once again showing their patience. Sanford is at third, Robinson at second, and Bell at first with 2 down. 2-0 to Hobson. There is a strike. Fastball at the knees over the outside corner. A bit of a late call from Silvio Martinez, and Hobson disagreed with it. Of course, Casey Hobson, the son of manager Butch Hobson, who has made headlines this year with a couple of wild ejections managing the Chicago Dogs in the American Association. 2-1, popped up, foul, third base side. This is going to drift out of play back into the crowd. Heroes back behind the Barnstormer dugout. So now the count even up at 2-2, and Barcelo was had a long first inning here, throwing a total of 23 pitches thus far. Trying to leave the bases loaded and send this to the bottom of the first scoreless. Sanford at third, Robinson at second, and Bell at first. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive into right center field. There's a base hit. Sanford will score. Robinson will score. Bell will go to third. It's a 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run single for Casey Hobson. And the Barnstormers take an early 2-0 lead. So the 2-out walk to Josh Bell coming back to bite Barcelo. And of course also coming back to hurt the Ducks is that error on the catcher's interference that allowed Bortnick to reach. That makes these runs unearned. So 2 runs are in to score. Hobson with a 2 RBI single. Picks up his 32nd, 33rd runs batted into the year. Here's Carlos Garcia, and he smashes one foul off the facing of the Ducks dugout on the first base side. Barcelo came into the game 2-0 with a 3.27 ERA, 4 runs allowed in 11 innings, 16 hits, had not walked a batter, and struck out 7. But obviously has now conceded 2 runs already in this first inning. 7th man at bat in the inning at the plate in Garcia. Of course, you wonder if Puckett fielded that ground ball cleanly off the bat of Robinson, how they might be able to turn 2. I don't think they would have, but it's possible. Ground ball here to short. Steve Longo will pick it up. He'll go the short way to second for the force, and that'll retire the side. So 6-4 on the fielder's choice off the bat of Garcia to end the inning. Ultimately, Barnstormers get 2 unearned runs in the inning thanks to the error on the catcher's interference. There were 2 hits and 2 men left on base, a walk in there as well. We have played a half inning here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. It is the Barnstormers 2 and the Ducks coming to bat.
Hey fans, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Sayville Ford, Long Island's Ford giant, has been family-owned and operated for over 60 years. Stop by today to check out their giant selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives and a luxurious customer lounge. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford, the no-fees dealer. Visit online at SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more. Call 855-917-8737 today. Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? Long Island's hometown team invites you to check out the Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck hasn't been reserved, the Beer Garden features a variety of the best brews, including popular fan favorites as well as local craft beer selections. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and enjoy the Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Well, we go to the bottom half of this first inning. The Ducks behind 2-0. I was actually just told in between innings, the official scoring on that is that 1 run is earned, 1 run is unearned because of that catcher's interference. The run scored by Sanford is earned. The run scored by Robinson is not, and the reason why is with Bortnick, it's as if the at-bat never happened. So because of that error, it's as if the at-bat never happened for Bortnick, but 1 run ends up being earned, 1 run unearned in the inning based on the way the rest of the inning went. Robinson would not necessarily have scored. So because of that, 1 is earned, 1 is unearned in the inning. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Tyrell Harris, the righty, will take the mound for the Barnstormers. And Jordani Valdespin will come to the plate for the Ducks. I am not sure what is going on right now. There is a delay in the game. Silvio Martinez, the home plate umpire, signaling to either the bat boy or the Barnstormers dugout. And I wonder if it looks like that. Yep, that's it. The left field wall, the door to the bullpen was still propped open, so they had to close that, and that is where the issue lied. Here's Jordani Valdespin to the plate, and he takes a strike from Harris. 0-1. Valdespin, the hero in Game 1. He had a 2-run home run in the game and also the game-winning hit, the walk-off single into left field with the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Harris from the wind and the 0-1. He's down in the dirt, skips low and inside, and evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. He's now hitting .338 on the season with 12 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Harris looking in for the sign from his catcher, which is Anderson De La Rosa. Here's the 1-1. Line drive to second, caught by a leaping Carlos Garcia. Valdespin robbed of the base hit. Nice grab made by Garcia at second. And there is the first out in the bottom of the first inning. Well, the lineup for the Ducks looks like this. Jordani Valdespin leads off at second. Miles Williams, the right fielder, he bats second. Lou Ford, the designated hitter, will bat in the number 3 spot. The cleanup hitter and first baseman is David Washington. Batting fifth doing the catching is Ramon Cabrera. The 6th hitter and third baseman Cody Puckett. Anthony Vega in center field batting 7th. 8 hitter and left fielder Robert Garcia. First pitch to Williams, popped foul down the right field line out of play. And batting ninth, the shortstop is Steve Longo. So that'll look at the starting lineup here for the Ducks in Game 2. Kevin Baez resting a bunch of his regulars after they came back and won Game 1. A little bit easier to rest some of those guys after you win the first game of the doubleheader. Otherwise, the Ducks would be staring at an 0-2 series deficit and an 0-1 deficit in the twin bill. The 0-1. Williams pops it foul again to the first base side, almost at the same spot. Count 0-2. So Daniel Fields on the bench for this game. Taylor Ard on the bench. Deanna Navarro, who caught Game 1. And Dan Lyons, their shortstop. All 4 of those guys sitting out here the second game. Harris from the wind and the 0-2. Half swinging a ball down to the dirt. They appeal the first. No swing, says Frank Urilli. Williams comes into this game at .283, 15 of 53 now since joining the Ducks. 2 home runs and 6 runs batted in. Harris out of the wind, the 1-2. Half swing again, and again they want an appeal. And again, Frank Urilli says no. Carbon copy of the pitch before that. Nothing doing. 2-2 the count. Harris making his second start, third appearance since joining the Barnstormers, former York Revolution pitcher. And time is called as Harris was about to go through the windup. The 2-2. Kicking the pitch. Driving the air to right. It's hit well. Back goes Robinson to the track at the wall, and you can forget it. It's an opposite field solo home run off the bat of Miles Williams. His 3rd home run as a member of the Long Island Ducks. And the Ducks have closed to within 2-1 here in the first inning. First home run at Bethpage Ballpark here for Miles Williams as he drills it the other way to right over both walls. The Ducks close to within a run on the home run by Williams off of Harris. The Ducks launched 2 home runs in Game 1, a rare occurrence in which the Ducks have gone back-to-back games without home runs. Did not homer here at all on Sunday, nor in Game 1 of the series yesterday. There's a fastball strike, 0-1. I think that's the first time all month that the Ducks went consecutive games without homers. But Long Island with 2 home runs in Game 1 and now 1 here in Game 2. The 0-1 of Ford is driven in the air to center. That's hit well. Sanford going back, still going back, and in straightaway center, he'll make the running catch. Well, Lou Ford was a thorn in the Barnstormers' side as he's been throughout the course of his Atlantic League career, which has all been played with the Ducks. He had 4 hits, 2 RBIs in the first game of the doubleheader, and nearly hit one over the head of Sanford here in the bottom of the first, but Sanford's speed much too good. He catches up to it, 2 away. Ford, by the way, came into this game at .307 with 10 homers and now tied for the team lead in RBIs with 71, equal to Travis Snyder. Washington First pitch is outside for ball 1. Ducks now with 105 home runs on the season with that blast from Williams. Ducks have hit 100, so they have met the Chappies home run challenge. Here is the 1-0. That is outside for ball 2. Chappies Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Chappies Funeral Homes making a $5,000 donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation because the Ducks have hit 100 home runs this year. 2-0. Again, Harris misses down and away. Moves the count to 3 balls and no strikes on Washington, who comes in at 233 for the Ducks. Tied with Blake Galen now for the league lead in homers with 22. He had a solo blast to tie the game in the bottom of the 7th inning in game 1. 66 RBIs. 3-0. Taken all the way for a strike over the outside corner. 3-1. One thing the Ducks certainly did well in game 1 was responding after the Barnstormers put up runs in their half of the inning. 3-1. Driven in the air to center. That ball tagged well. Sanford again ranging back at straightaway center, and he somehow came up with it. Oh my goodness, Darian Sanford covering a ton of ground. Somehow comes up with a deep drive by Washington. I think Sanford had resigned himself to the fact to say it was going to be over his head. Just put the glove up to try, and somehow the ball nestled in there. So, back-to-back deep flyouts off the bats of Ford and Washington. Ducks will settle for a run on a hit, the solo homer by Miles Williams. After 1 inning of play here in Game 2, Barnstormers 2, the Ducks 1.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLINY.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, every time a Ducks batter walks this season, it is brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 29 City MD locations across Long Island offering the comprehensive quality care you need the moment you need it. City MD Urgent Care. Need a doctor? Just walk in. So, both teams played runs in the first inning here in Game 2. Barnstormers get a 2-run single with 2 out from Casey Hobson. The Ducks get a 1-out solo home run from Miles Williams. As we go to the second inning, Lorenzo Barcelo back to the mound, and he will face Anderson De La Rosa, the catcher, an 8-hitter to begin. First pitch, and that is taken low and away for ball 1. De La Rosa did not start Game 1, but he ended up coming in as the catcher in the bottom half of the 7th inning after the Barnstormers made some changes in the top half of the inning. Ripped to the left side and threw a base hit for De La Rosa. So much like they did in the first inning, the Barnstormers lead off the second with a single. Third hit already for the Barnstormers off of Lorenzo Barcelo.
Rico Noel, number 11.
So again, in that first game, Ryan Castile had drawn a walk in the 7th when in the pinch runner Tyler Bortnick went in, as the pinch runner ended up scoring on the home run by Bell. Here's Rico Noel from the right side. He swings for his pitch, grounds it, diving stop made by Puckett. He knocked it down, recovers, throws to first, not in time. Noel is safe. It'll be an infield single for Rico Noel. Tough play. but he is aboard.
Puckett
Puckett had a dive just to knock it down. He did knock it down, but could not field it cleanly. And ultimately, his throw to first was just a little bit late. So back-to-back hits for the Barnstormers to begin this second inning. And now 4 hits already off of Barcelo. The Barnstormers swinging the bat well and trying to come back with a vengeance here after losing game 1. Sanford bunts, third base side. Puckett will field. He's going to have to throw quickly to first. He does, and Washington ends up getting there, and they just get him out. So the sacrifice bunt is successful. Put out at first base goes 5-3. And Sanford will get credit for the sacrifice. He had singled his first time up. To third base moves De La Rosa, and to second goes Noel.
Tyler Bortnick, number 16.
So runners at second and third with 1 out now. And for Darian Sanford, collects his 9th sacrifice bunt of the year. So he is aboard with 1 away, and that'll bring up the righty swinging Tyler Bortnick. First pitch from Barcelo. Bortnick takes a breaking ball. That drops in for a strike. And the count goes to 0-1. Bortnick in his first at-bat of the night ended up reaching on the catcher's interference. He swung and his bat made contact with the catcher. Ground ball again at third. Puckett will field and throw to first. No chance for De La Rosa to come in and score. Big second out there for Lorenzo Barcelo, who gets Bortnick to swing early in the count and grounds out to third base for the second out of the inning. So after the sac bunt by Sanford moved the runners up, they cannot bring the run in either with a fly ball or a ground ball as Bortnick grounds out to third. Puckett getting a lot of action here. 3 straight baseballs hit his way in the second. And with 2 outs, that will leave it up to Blake Galen. First pitch coming up here from Barcelo to Galen, who popped out his first time up, and he fouls one straight back to the screen. Barnstormers swinging very early in the count here. And so the count 0-1 on Galen, who in game 1 of this doubleheader was 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Drew the leadoff walk against Francisco Rodriguez in the 7th inning, excuse me. 0-1. Missed on a breaking ball down and inside to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Barcelo, by the way, facing the Barnstormers during the regular season for the first time ever. His only other appearance against the Barnstormers came in Game 3 of the 2011 Freedom Division Championship Series when he was with the York Revolution. 1-1. Galen swings, taps it into the ground foul back behind the plate. That'll move the count to 1-2. And by the way, one thing Barcelo certainly wants to work on is what he has done with runners in scoring position at 2 outs. Coming into the game, opponents hitting .600 in those situations. We already seen a 2-run, 2-out single from Casey Hobson today. So Barcelo looking for better results here against Blake Galen, and is ahead in the count at 1-2. Right-hander set at the belt, kicks and fires. Galen takes a little bit up and inside. Not a bad pitch, just misses a little bit high and out of the zone. And that will even up the count at 2-2. Galen comes into this game at 287 after his performance in game 1. Barcelo ready to go. Runners take their leads off second and third with 2 out. And the 2-2. Breaking ball, grounded foul along the first base side. Will kick up into the stands. We'll do it again at 2-2. Barcelo in game 3 of that 2011 Divisional Championship Series. 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, 3 strikeouts through 84 pitches, 56 of them for strikes. Pitched fairly well, but didn't get the offensive run support and lost the ballgame. 2-2, 2-out pitch to number 2, Blake Galen is swung on and missed for strike 3. Big strikeout there for Lorenzo Barcelo, who pumps his fist on the mound. And a terrific job by the Ducks right-hander, who works around back-to-back singles to begin the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left in scoring position for the Barnstormers. We go to the bottom of the second, 2-1 Lancaster.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by ClearVision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. The Long Island Ducks leading right now, or trailing, right now, 2-1 in game 2 of this doubleheader. Ducks took the opener 8-7 in walk-off fashion, their 8th walk-off win of the year. A dramatic victory for sure. And already 3 runs between the teams here in the first inning of game 2. Good job by Barcelo to work around a couple of hits that began the second and keep the Barnstormers off the scoreboard. Ducks will at least try and tie the game here. In the bottom half of the second, it'll be Ramon Cabrera to lead off, followed by Cody Puckett and Anthony Vega. Ducks hit 4 hard-hit balls off of Harris in that first inning. Every ball that was put in play by the Ducks was hit hard, but the Ducks managed just 1 hit out of it. Tough break in that inning. First pitch from Harris to Cabrera. And that breaking ball taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Valdez being lined out hard to a leaping Carlos Garcia at second. Williams had the opposite field homer to right. Ford at Washington both sent Sanford back to the warning track, and he made catches on both well-hit balls. So that'll be an 0-1 here from Harris, who takes a long time looking in, and now Cabrera asks for time. Cabrera waits, and here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. As he went after a breaking ball downstairs, 0-2. Cabrera had a 16-game on-base streak come to an end yesterday. A rare 0-for-4 night for him at the plate with what he has done offensively here in the month of August. He's been one of the Ducks' best contributors from the plate. Harris is 0-2, and Cabrera lays off the pitch outside for ball number 1. Sitting 270 now on the year as Cabrera. 2 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Again, did not play in game 1 as Deanna Navarro did the catching. Had a big base hit through the left side on an 0-2 pitch in the bottom of that 7th inning. 1-2. Fouled straight back to the screen as he knocks the high fastball right back. And so we'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. It will be a 1-2 now. Harris is ready. Here's his pitch. Cabrera swings and pops it up. Middle of the infield. Harris making the call. Now gives way to the third baseman, and it is the third baseman, Josh Bell, who makes the catch on that pop-up to the left side of the infield. 1 away here in the second inning. First ball not well struck by the Ducks. Off the right-hander Tyrell Harris, who last year appeared in 8 games for the Revs, 5 of those starts, and he struggled in those 8 games. 1-2 record, an 8.17 ERA, walked 18 batters in 25 1/3 innings, and also gave up 33 hits. First pitch, and Puckett fouls one straight back to the screen behind the plate. He has spent parts of 3 seasons with the Revs from 2015 to 2017, and prior to that spent 2 years with the Bridgeport Bluefish in the Atlantic League. This is now his 7th consecutive year playing in the Atlantic League and 3rd different team. From the windup, the 0-1. Puckett takes a fastball down and away to even the count. Puckett, who did not play in the first game, had 227 on the season for the Ducks. He's got 4 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Harris gets the sign. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss as he waves at a breaking ball downstairs. Ducks did not get any help on the out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Road Warriors had an early lead but lost it, as the Patriots came back for a 5-3 win. The Bees also won up in Connecticut against the York Revolution. 1-2 is skied in the air to right center field. Converging on it are Robinson and Sanford. It'll be the right fielder Robinson who makes the catch. So Puckett retired on the pop out to right. Back-to-back flyouts induced by Tyrell Harris. And with 2 away, that'll leave it up to Anthony Vega.
Hitting in the 7th position, the center fielder number 9, Anthony Vega, number 9.
So here's Vega, who did play in Game 1 for the Ducks. First pitch on the way from Harris, and Vega checks the swing, takes a fastball low for ball number 1. In that first game, Vega had a double and a run scored, reached on an error, stole a base, and also laid down a sacrifice bunt, so he was 1 for 3. By reaching on that error, which was made possible because of his speed, a run did score. Though he doesn't get the RBI because there were 2 outs in the inning. Ball misses down and away, and the count moves to 2-0 on Vega. Comes in now at 185 with 3 home runs on the year, 8 runs batted in. In tight at third is Bell. Here's the windup of the 2-0. Vega swings away, pops it up. That's in the air to left field this time. Rico Noel in and to his left. He'll make the catch. And 3 consecutive pop-outs induced by right-hander Tyrell Harris. It's a 1-2-3, bottom half of the second. 2 innings complete here in Game 2 of our single-admission doubleheader. The Long Island Ducks trailing the Lancaster Barnstormers 2-1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
On to the third inning we go, 2-1 in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. Lorenzo Barcelo back for his 3rd inning of work tonight. Time for the Ducks Health Report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Well, obviously the biggest news of note was Francisco Rodriguez coming out of Game 1 of this doubleheader in the 7th. First pitch here, and that's taken low and inside by Robinson for ball 1. Rodriguez took over in the 7th to try and earn save number 26 on the year. Instead, he blew his 3rd save of the season, a very rare instance for him, as he walked 2 and then allowed the 3-run home run with 1 out to Josh Bell before having to leave the game. Barcelo's 1-0. Robinson swings, crushes it deep in the air to right field. Williams gives it a look, and you can forget it. A long solo home run well over both walls in right field for Trayvon Robinson. For Robinson, it is his 7th home run of the year, and the Barnstormers get their 2-run lead back. It is a 3-1 ball game. So Lorenzo Barcelo allows the long ball here after Robinson reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first. Gets his second run already in this game with that mammoth solo home run to right. So the Barnstormers collect their second home run of the twin Bell. Again, Bell had that one in the first game, I should say. And speaking of Bell, here he is. First pitch, swung on a broken back ground ball foul up the first baseline for strike number 1. Bell broke his bat on that foul ball, so he'll have to go get a new piece of lumber. Well, as I was saying, Francisco Rodriguez injury officially a gluteus strain. No further update from the Ducks aside from that. Obviously, with how important he is to the back end of the bullpen and this Ducks roster as a whole, the Ducks are hoping it is nothing serious. But officially a gluteus strain for Francisco Rodriguez. Fortunately, though, for the Ducks, they were able to overcome that 3-run home run by Bell and win the game. Here's the 0-1, and Bell swings and misses, going after the high offering. Cuts through it in the count quickly, 0-2. Bell drew a walk his first plate appearance here in Game 2, and ultimately has 3 walks now in the doubleheader. Barcelo from the windup and the 0-2. Paints the inside corner. No, he did not. Thought I had heard a yell for strike 3 from Silvio Martinez, but must have just been a fan. So the count moves to 1-2 now on Bell. Defense with a slight shift to the right side, not a dramatic one. Here comes the 1-2. Half swing at a breaking ball downstairs. They appeal to third. No swing, says Fred DeJesus. So it's now 3 innings in a row in which the leadoff man has gotten aboard against Barcelo. Singles in the first and second by Sanford and De La Rosa, respectively, and then the home run here in the third by Robinson. 2-2. Missed down and away. And that'll run the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Opponents now 8 hits and 13 at bats against Barcelo to lead off an inning. So that another area in which the right-hander is struggling. 3-2. And that misses down and in, ball 4. Not what he wanted to do there. Ahead 0-2. Josh Bell misses with 4 straight pitches out of the zone. And Bell is on with another walk, his second here in Game 2 and his 4th of the night. There's too many pitches out of the zone from the Ducks pitching staff. They walked 5 batters in Game 1 of the doubleheader, and Barcelo has now walked 2 here in Game 2. So 7 combined between the 2 games. Here's Casey Hobson from the left side. His 2-run single put the Barnstormers on the board early. And Barcelo misses the inside corner with a fastball, 1-0. So for the 3rd straight inning, the first 2 have reached base against Barcelo. Comes set on the hill. Here comes the 1-0. Kicking the pitch. Popped up foul behind the plate. Cabrera will watch this go back into the seats, evening the count at 1-1. The Barnstormers with a 3-1 lead here in Game 2, out hitting the Ducks 5-1. Obviously, the Ducks were on such a big high after coming back. What an emotional swing Game 1 was. We'll see how they follow it up here throughout the rest of Game 2. The 1-1. Barcelo just misses the inside corner with a fastball. He's had a lot of close pitches here in this game thus far and hasn't been getting the calls on them. Kevin Baez asking Silvio Martinez where the pitch was, and Martinez saying inside. Kevin Baez just shaking his head from the first base dugout. 2-1 here to Hobson. Barcelo kicks and comes home. Fastball, that one catches the outside corner for a strike. That'll even things up at 2-2. Hobson in Game 1 of the doubleheader was 1 for 4. He had a single in his first at bat of the night and then was retired in the next 3 on 2 pop-outs and a strikeout. Bell leads from first, nobody out. Here's the 2-2. Ripped down the right field line. It is a foul ball. Close. A long delay before Frank Urilli made the call over there at first base, and finally they said foul. It certainly appeared to be foul from our vantage point. But again, a bit of a delayed call there from the first base umpire, Frank Urilli. So back to first base will go Bell, and Hobson will come back up to the plate. So the count's 2-2 still on Casey Hobson. Longo the shortstop, shaded up the middle. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, misses down and away. Now the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Barcelo getting into a lot of long counts here too. 52 pitches already for the right-hander. 31 of them for strikes. See if Bell takes off at first base on this next pitch. Barcelo set. Here comes the payoff. There goes Bell, and the 3-2 is swung and skied in the air left side of the infield. Cody Puckett making the call, and he will make the catch. Back to first base goes Bell. So Casey Hobson retired on the pop out to Puckett, 1 away here in the 3rd inning.
Second baseman, number 6, Carlos
Barcelo's
Garcia,
first 7 appearances in the Ducks uniform were all in relief, 1 inning apiece, before he got the opportunity to start in Game 2 of the doubleheader last Thursday down in Southern Maryland. Long Island routed the Blue Crabs 7-1 in Game 1. Barcelo got the start in Game 2. Again, with the rain out on Tuesday, moved into a doubleheader. A couple injuries in the starting rotation to Badamo and Fisher. The Ducks were a little hamstrung. Runner goes. First pitch to Garcia, grounded to the right side for Jordani Valdespin. Will have no chance at second, so he'll take the out at first. Garcia retired on a ground out for the second time. He had grounded into a force out his first time up. Advancing to second base on the grounder is Bell. The runner at second and 2 away. That'll leave it up to the catcher, Anderson De La Rosa. Ron Cabrera, the catcher, goes out to the mound. Have a quick chat here with Barcelo. Just a couple quick words, and that is it. Back behind the plate goes Cabrera, along with Silvio Martinez, the home plate umpire. So up to the plate here will step Anderson De La Rosa, the catcher and 8-hitter, who singled through the left side his first time up, leading off the 2nd inning. Barcelo will stare in the home plate where Cabrera will flash the signs. Infield plays for the most part straight away. First baseman Washington a little bit further off the bag than Puckett is off of third. First pitch, and De La Rosa takes a good curveball, but it misses just a little bit low. And the count 1-0. And this is Barcelo's first start of the year and in the regular season against the Lancaster Barnstormers. 1-0. Good curveball. That's on the outside corner for a strike. And we'll leave it up the count at 1-1. In Game 1, Ryan Castile, again, as we mentioned, did the catching. He finished 2 for 3 at the plate, a double at RBI, a walk as well, and scored 2 runs. Scored 1 run. Bortnick pinch ran for him and scored the other. That was in the 7th. Bortnick pinch ran and came home on the home run by Bell. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of it was De La Rosa. Good curveball, good movement on that pitch from Barcelo, and now a strike 3 away from avoiding any further trouble here in the 3rd. 3-1 Lancaster leads, top of the 3rd inning, Game 2 of this single admission doubleheader. De La Rosa came into the game hitting .216 on the year with a home run and 13 RBIs for Lancaster, 61 appearances. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Barcelo got him with a strikeout. Second strikeout of the night for right-hander Lorenzo Barcelo, both of which ended an inning. Barnstormers get a run, though, here in the 3rd on the leadoff home run by Robinson. They leave a man on base. And after 2.5, 3-1, the Barnstormers in front.
Hey, fans, this is Jordani Valdespin, second baseman, and you're listening to Duck Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
It. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just gonna go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid. Nicolot Pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt, and autographed baseball. Refreshments including hot dogs, chips, cupcakes, frozen ice treats, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Well, when Lorenzo Barcelo struck out, right-handed hitting catcher Anderson De La Rosa to end the top half of the third inning, that was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO. Or visit geico.com. Michael Pollack here with you at Bethpage Ballpark. Thanks for tuning in here for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Ducks took the opener a little bit earlier this evening, a long one, 2-hour and 49-minute game, a 7-inning ball game, but in walk-off fashion, the Ducks got the win. So the Ducks back to 11 games over 500 overall. They are 60-49, their 60th win of the year. They also get their 30th win here in the second half, equaling their total from the first half of the season, and they still have 16 games remaining after this one. The Barnstormers falling to 23-20 and 61-45 overall. And again, for the moment, the Barnstormers 7 games back in the division. They still lead the wild card chase, though, which would come into play if Sugar Land wins the division, which they're getting closer and closer to doing, repeating as half-season champs. Robert Garcia to lead off this third inning. He takes outside for ball 1. Ducks remain 4.5 games in front of Somerset as the Patriots ended up rallying for a win over the Road Warriors tonight. 1-0. Garcia swings, fouls it back behind the plate, 1-1. If the Ducks get a win here, it'll go back up to 5 games in the division. If the Ducks fall here in Game 2, it would go down to 4. Again, with 16 games remaining, no games head-to-head between the Ducks and the Patriots remaining this year. Garcia, the switch-hitting left fielder, bats from the left side against the righty Tyrell Harris. Here's the 1-1. Taken off the inside corner for ball 2. Garcia, who was a player tryout participant before the year, made this Ducks roster early in the season. Hit 173 with 2 homers and 8 RBIs earlier this year. 9 hits and 52 at-bats. Was re-signed by the Ducks over the weekend. 2-1 is fouled back to the screen behind the plate. Evens things up at 2-2. Garcia was excited to be back here with many of his former teammates, although the roster certainly looks considerably different now for the Ducks than it did earlier this year when Garcia was part of this roster. Lots of new changes, mainly in terms of the pitching staff, but some changes too among the offense, with the likes of Miles Williams joining the team and Steve Longo. Anthony Vega returning to the roster. 2-2. Drive into center field, hit well, but it's right at Sanford, who was there to make the running catch. Garcia hit the ball right on the button, but Sanford able to make the grab. That's now a total of 6 in a row retired by Tyrell Harris since the home run by Williams. And every out the Ducks have made in this game have all been through the air. They have yet to hit the ball on the ground against Harris, who has given up a lot of hard-hit baseballs, but ultimately getting the outs he needs. So up to the plate will step Steve Longo, the 9-hitter and shortstop. First pitch is cut on and missed. Late on the fastball for strike 1. Longo thus far has played in 5 games with the Ducks. He is 1 for 7 with a run scored at the plate. He has also drawn a walk. The 0-1 is skied in the air to right towards the line. Drifting over Trayvon Robinson. Still coming over. He'll make the catch in fair territory. Another out in the air recorded by the Barnstormers. 2 away. Back to the top of the order will go for Jordani Valdez.
Back to the top of the order for Long Island. Second baseman number 15, Jordani Valdez. Number 15.
So up to the plate will step Jordani Valdespine, who will bat from the left side. Valdespine with a hard line out to second base to begin this ball game. In the bottom of the first. Outside it missed for ball 1. Valdespine in game 1 of the doubleheader, we mentioned, was a big contributor for the Ducks. 2 for 5 at the plate. He had a 2-run home run that tied the game at 3 back in inning number 2. And then had the game-winning hit in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-0 pops it up here to the right side of the infield. First baseman Casey Hobson gives way to the second baseman Robert Garcia. He'll make the grab. Another 1-2-3 inning for Tyrell Harris, who has now retired 8 in a row, and every out coming in the air off the Ducks' bats. Ducks go in order. We go to the 4th here in game 2. Lancaster 3, Long Island 1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Jake Fisher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Go Ducks.
This season, build new memories.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
This season, witness the action.
He reaches up, it's gone!
This season, celebrate an all-star summer.
The Ducks have won it 7-1.
Gather your friends and family for an entertainment experience like no other. The Ducks 2018 schedule is full of new promotions, and with free parking and tickets starting at just $12, there's no better value on Long Island. Get tickets to an all-star summer at liducks.com.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. On to the 4th inning we go. The Ducks 3-1, trailing the Barnstormers. Wrapping up the health report we were talking about earlier, Jake Fisher remains out on the disabled list as he recovers from a knee injury. Tyler Badamo out on the inactive list. He has an elbow injury. Barnstormers have one player on the DL, and that is Grant Desmay, one of their outfielders, who's been with the team for just about the entire season. He is out on the disabled list right now. Rico Noel's going to lead off for the Barnstormers here as we go to the 4th inning. Noel will have his second at-bat here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Reached on an infield single his first time up. Squares to bunt and pulls back, takes low for ball 1. And a hard shot to third. Puckett made a diving stop to knock it down, but his throw to first just a little bit late with Noel's speed. A tough play there for Puckett anyway, having to dive just to get a piece of it and knock it down. 1-0. Good curveball from Barcelo. Drops it in for a strike, 1-1. We talked about it earlier. Barcelo has had some troubles against the leadoff hitters here since joining the Ducks, and all 3 leadoff hitters thus far have gotten on base with hits against Barcelo tonight. 1-1, squared to bunt, pulled back, took outside on a fastball. Another pitch close to the corner that just misses, and the count 2-1. Single in the first from Darian Sanford, a single in the second from Anderson De La Rosa, and the homer in the third from Trayvon Robinson. 2-1, skied in the air down the right field line, foul territory. Washington ranges towards the stands. He'll run out of room. It'll land about 7 rows back and take a big hop forward. 2-2 now on Barcelo. Originally from the Dominican Republic, one of several members of this Ducks team who were originally born in the Dominican Republic, now calls Tucson, Arizona his home. 6'4", 230-pound right-hander who will turn 41 years old coming up in September on the 10th. And this is low. They count 3-2. His baseball reference profile actually says August the 10th is his birthday, but he informed us that it is indeed September the 10th and that they never got around to changing it. So they count 3-2 here. Noel leading off the 4th. Right-hander winds and fires, and Noel will swing and rocket one into left field. Another leadoff hit for the Barnstormers. It's their 6th hit of the game off of Barcelo, 4 of which have led off an inning. Barcelo has seemed to do a pretty good job for the most part once he gets going in an inning, but it's trying to retire that leadoff hitter, and with the speed that the Barnstormers have, it's the last thing you want to do is put guys on base. Ducks, by the way, with their win in Game 1 now 24-10 in their last 34 games. Runner going, pitch is taken for a strike to throw down to second base. It goes into center field. It was knocked down by Longo, who tried to field it and slap the tag. The throw was a little wide, but ultimately no error, as the runner at second, Noel, could not advance to third. So another stolen base for the Barnstormers, who have been doing that all year long. Their second steal here in Game 2. So Noel advances to second base, and for Rico Noel, that is stolen base number 43 on the season. Runner goes for third now. Pitch is taken. The throw down to third base. Not in time. And just in there safely at third base with another steal is Rico Noel. Pitch was taken for a ball, and so the count now 1-1. So make it 44 stolen bases. And Barcelo's just got to do a better job paying attention to these runners. There's no question. Obviously, they have good speed. They're going to take off for the most part anyway, but you want to keep them close. You want to keep them honest. You're already trailing by 2. And Noel on back-to-back pitches taking off. So he's at third with nobody out. The 1-1. That is taken low and inside in the count 2-1. And this Barnstormer team was built for 2 things. One, it was built to run with the speed that it has between Sanford and Noel in the lineup, but so many other guys who can run, the likes of Robinson and Bortnick and Galen, even the likes of Bell and Garcia can run. The 2-1 on the ground to the right side. Diving play made by Valdespin. Thought about coming home, but he'll take the shore out at first. And those stolen bases lead to a run. And it gives the Barnstormers a 4-1 lead. So that hard smash to the right side. Valdespin made a very nice play on it, but ultimately could not get the out at the plate. And so a run for Rico Noel, give Darian Sanford the RBI, as he's retired for the first time tonight. He had a sac bunt earlier in this game. For Sanford, it is his 29th run batted in of the year. And 2 batters into the 4th, the Barnstormers tack on another run. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Bortnick, who has reached on catcher's interference and grounded to third. Another pitch out of the zone. It's now 2-0, and the crowd here at Bethpage Ballpark has been quieted. Many of the fans who were here earlier in the game have departed, but still a good amount in the crowd for Game 2 of this twin bill. Barcelo's 2-0. Hits the inside corner for a strike to Bortnick, 2-1. So again, a leadoff single, 2 stolen bases for Noel on back-to-back pitches, and then the RBI ground out from Sanford, making this a 3-run game, Lancaster's largest lead. Here's the 2-1, breaking ball, smashed to third, fair ball inside the bag at third and down the left field line. Playing the Karam Garcia to second base goes Bortnick. He is in there safely with a 1-out double. The 7th hit for Lancaster and 3+ innings off of Lorenzo Barcelo. Ducks had to use a total of 4 relief pitchers in the first game. Abad, Andrzejczyk for an inning apiece, and Rodriguez and Quast combined to pitch the 7th inning. And already Barcelo with a total of 72 pitches on the night, 43 of those for strikes. His season high in pitches, coming in 79. He did that August the 17th in New Britain. Excuse me, that was Chris Pike, my mistake. Pitch of Barcelo's here in a moment, looking at the wrong pitcher. There's a strike, 0-1 on Blake Galen. Barcelo's long was 48, which he did in his last outing down in Southern Maryland. So already a season high for pitches for Barcelo. The righty's 0-1. Galen swings, drives it, left center field. Long run for Anthony Vega over into the gap. He is there to make the running catch. Tagging from second, Bortnick. He'll make his way to third base. So a fly out off the bat of Galen, who is now 0 for 3 in this game. Advancing to third base goes Tyler Bortnick. Now with 2 away, that is going to leave it up to Trayvon Robinson. The other Barnstormers are not by any means putting up gigantic innings and blowing out the Ducks, but they're just being pesky as ever every inning, putting guys on base against Barcelo and scoring 2 runs, 1 run, 1 run. Now make it 2 runs here in the fourth, as on the first pitch, Robinson lines a base hit into center field. Bortnick will come in and score from third as the struggles with 2 outs and runners in scoring position continue for Barcelo. Give Robinson his second RBI here in game 2, and it's a 5-1 ball
Third
game.
baseman, number 28, Josh Bell, number 28.
So Robinson, who had homered leading off the third inning, comes up with a 2-out RBI hit to score Bortnick in the fourth. So 2 RBIs in the game, 42 on the season now for Robinson. Bortnick scores the run. And so it is now 5-1. Here is Josh Bell to the plate. First pitch. And there is a strike over the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Bell with 2 walks here today, 4 walks total in the course of the 2 games of this doubleheader. Barcelo set the 0-1 and hits the inside corner. Bell tie for a strike. Bell did not agree, and the count 0-2. So Lorenzo Barcelo looking to get through this 4th inning and avoid any further trouble, as the Barnstormers have been hitting the ball well against him all night long. 5 runs, 8 hits allowed over 3 2/3 innings thus far. Here's the 0-2. Runner goes from first. Pitch is taken. The throw to second. And they didn't get him. Just getting in there safely at second base is Robinson as he avoids the tag from Steve Longo. That one looked as close as any of them, in which a runner was going to be out. So Robinson slides in. He's got his 2nd stolen base of the game and his 16th of the season. So another runner advances on a stolen base. The 1-2 down in the dirt, blocked there by Cabrera. It's 2-2. And obviously part of it is the Barnstormers' terrific speed. By the way, they now have a total of 4 stolen bases in this game. But another part of it is just the pitcher's not doing a good enough job keeping the runners close. Hasn't thrown over, I think, at least once. Fouled off down the third base line. Maybe once did Barcelo throw over. That's it. And a throw-over is not going to necessarily stop a runner from going. But it certainly keeps them honest, certainly keeps them maybe slightly closer to the bag, and gives your catcher a better chance. And Barcelo has not done that at all here, I don't think, tonight. Again, by my count, 4 stolen bases in this game. 2-2. Missed the inside corner with a fastball for the 2nd time tonight. Barcelo has gotten ahead 0-2 on Bell, and then has thrown 3 pitches out of the zone. Bell trying to work his 3rd walk here in game 2 and 5th of the doubleheader. Robinson takes his lead off second. Longo creeping in behind. Barcelo gets the sign from Cabrera. And the payoff pitch is down in the dirt for ball 4. That is just inexcusable. Twice in this game to get ahead of a batter, 0-2, and eventually walk him. Bell is showing a terrific eye at the plate today, as he is on base via the base on balls for the 3rd time in this game, 5th time in the doubleheader. So another base runner reaches with 2 outs in the 4th, and that is going to bring up Casey Hobson to the plate. I have to think Kevin Mize is thinking about potentially bringing somebody in. He's going to send Cabrera back out to the mound here to try and calm down Barcelo. Casey Hobson, who has a 2-run single already in this game, coming up to the plate. So a quick chat just to try and settle him down briefly. They'd say it is not a defensive timeout, just going over the signs. And so Hobson will step up to the plate here, with runners at first and second and 2 down. Kevin Mize is trying to get Barcelo through the 4th and keep this a 4-run ball game. Still within striking distance for the Ducks, but they cannot fall behind any further. First pitch, and Hobson flies one in the air to right. Right there, Miles Williams. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So Barcelo avoids any further trouble, but sees 7 Barnstormer batters coming to the plate in the 4th. They played 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk in the inning. There were no errors, 2 men left on base. 3.5 innings complete here in Game 2. It's a 5-1 Barnstormer lead.
Hey fans, this is infielder David Washington, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Sayville Ford, Long Island's Ford giant, has been family-owned and operated for over 60 years. Stop by today to check out their giant selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives and a luxurious customer lounge. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford, the no-fees dealer. Visit online at SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more. Call 855-917-8737 today. Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? Long Island's hometown team invites you to check out the Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck hasn't been reserved, the Beer Garden features a variety of the best brews, including popular fan favorites as well as local craft beer selections. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and enjoy the Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
New York Sports is one of the largest independent New York sports news sources out there for coverage of the Long Island Ducks, the Mets, and the Yankees, major and minor league baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and soccer. Visit nysportsday.com. New York Sports Day, your independent Gotham sports news source. Ducks trailing 5-1 here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. The offense has been stymied over the first 3 innings against Harris, who came into the game with an ERA of 10.38. He allowed 5 runs on 5 hits and 7 walks over 2 2/3 innings against Somerset on August the 24th. That was this past Friday, but has come back with a nice performance thus far. His only blemish, the solo homer by Miles Williams, and he'll lead off here in the 4th, chasing a breaking ball down and away for strike 1. Obviously, still a long way to go in this game with the Ducks, seemingly dealing with a little hangover from Game 1, that thrilling 8-7 win. A back-and-forth ball game. The Ducks lost the lead in the top of the 7th, but came back to win it in the bottom half of the inning with a walk-off victory. The 0-1 breaking ball misses a little bit high to Harris, who thought he had the strike there. But must have missed a little bit up in the zone, and the count even up at 1-1 on Williams. Right fielder did play in Game 1 for the Ducks, also in right field, had 2 hits and 4 at-bats, scoring a run. 3 hits in the 2 games of the doubleheader for Williams. The 1-1 here. Check swing on a fastball that misses low, and that'll move the count to 2-1. All 9 outs made by the Ducks offense in this game have been in the air. 1 line out, a couple of pop outs, and 5 fly outs. Harris kicks and fires the 2-1. Swing and a miss as he got Williams to chase down and away. And that'll even things up at 2-2. Pitch, a half swing and a ball down and away. They appeal the first. Frank Urelli says he went around. So that is strike 3, the first strikeout of the night for Tyrell Harris. He goes down, Williams does, to begin the 4th. And that's the first out here in the 4th inning.
Designated hitter, number 20, Lou Ford, number 20.
So here is Ford to the plate, who has had a terrific day for Long Island. The first pitch, and that is taken for a strike, nothing, and 1 4-hit ball game in Game 1 of the doubleheader. 2 doubles, 2 singles, 2 RBIs as well for Ford, who now has a total of 10 multi-hit games in his last 16 games played overall. It was his first 4-hit ball game of the year. He had 4 3-hit games, but never a 4-hit game this year, and picked it up in Game 1. And now behind it, 0-2, and also drove a ball deep to center field back in the first inning, just to the right of the batter's eye. But Darian Sanford made the running catch on the warning track. Harris looks in for the sign. Now comes set. Here is his 0-2 pitch. And Ford takes a fastball inside under the hands. Just missed the corner. And that'll move the count to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And Ford swings and misses, chasing a bad breaking ball downstairs. It was a good pitch, but definitely out of the zone. Ford goes fishing after it for strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Harris. It's now 10 in a row retired by the right-hander. He has certainly shut down this Ducks lineup here in Game 2. Just one run on one hit for the Ducks, the home run by Miles Williams. So a two-way that'll bring up Washington, who also hit a ball deep to center his first time up. Nearly drove it over the head of Sanford, but he was able to make the running catch as well. First pitch, and he swings and misses, chasing downstairs for strike 1. Washington had a terrific first game for Long Island. He had a single that drove in a run in the first, walked and scored a run in the 5th, also stole a base, and then hit the game-tying solo home run well over both walls in right center in the 7th inning. 0-1 the count here on Washington. Defense with a slight shift here to the right side for the power-hitting lefty hitter. 0-1. Fastball runs upstairs, out of the zone, even the count at a ball and a strike. 5-1 Barnstormers lead, bottom half of the 4th inning. Harris kicks and delivers to the plate. Washington takes outside on a fastball. Moves the count to 2-1. Harris has been fairly efficient thus far in this game. 48 pitches, 30 of them for strikes. Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Pitch was down in the zone. Washington waves through it to even the count at 2-2. Winner of this game will take the lead in the series. Teams have split the first 2 of this 4-game set. The 2-2. Fastball just missed a little bit up and away. Close pitch just out of the strike zone. And so the count goes full at 3-2. If Washington can reach, Ramon Cabrera would be next. Ducks looking for their first hit since the opening inning. Harris gets the sign from De La Rosa and the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tyrell Harris blows away 3 Ducks hitters in a row, striking out Williams, Ford, and Washington all swinging. So Long Island goes down in order. We go to the 5th here in Game 2. It's been all Barnstormers so far. 5-1 Lancaster leads.
Hey fans, this is Taylor Ard, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLINY.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We head to the 5th here in Game 2 of this single admission doubleheader. Long Island Ducks, who won Game 1 by the final count of 8-7 in walk-off fashion, trailing 5-1 here in Game 2. And Kevin Bias has made his first call to the bullpen here in Game number 2. It is going to be right-hander Carlos Pimentel who takes over on the mound following 4 innings in the start from Lorenzo Barcelo. His second outing in a row in which he goes 4 innings. As again, he was thrust into the starting role due to some of these doubleheaders For the Ducks, their second doubleheader in the span of a week, and due to some injuries in the starting staff as well. A tough night for Barcelo, who did not fare as well as he did last Thursday in Southern Maryland. Barnstormers hit him early and often tonight, and so he is in line for his first loss as a Duck, unless Long Island can rally once again here, like they did in Game 1. We'll give you the final line on Barcelo momentarily. Into the game is right-hander Carlos Pimentel, who has had a strong season overall for the Ducks. He has been very good of late for Long Island. And so the right-hander will take over on the mound, and he'll be facing the bottom of the order for Lancaster. It'll be Garcia, De La Rosa, and Noel due up here in inning number 5.
Batting for the Barnstormers in the top half of the 5th inning. The second baseman, number 6, Carlos
Pimentel to the mound and to the plate, Carlos Garcia to begin. We'll also give you some updates on the out-of-town scoreboard as we play here in this 5th inning. So make sure you stay tuned, of course, for that if you want to hear about what's going on around the Atlantic League and on the Major League scoreboard tonight. Lots of action on this hot and steamy Wednesday night. Here's Garcia, who is 0 for 2 thus far in the game with a pair of groundouts. First pitch, and he swings through a fastball late on the offering from Pimentel for strike 1. Grounded into a 6-4 force to end the first, and then bounced out to second base in the third. Pimentel pitching for the first time since Sunday when he threw 2 scoreless innings in relief. He allowed a hit a batter. Did not walk anybody, though, and struck out 3. 0-1. Breaking ball here, misses the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike on Garcia. Overall, Pimentel, 3-3 record, a 3.59 ERA in 33 appearances this year. He has struck out 58 batters while walking 20 in 47 2/3 innings. 38 hits given up. 1-1. Garcia swings and grounds it foul along the right field line. Hops into and out of the camera well, and it's 1-2. For Pimentel, 23 runs allowed this year. 19 of those have been earned. So the count 1-2. It looks like Garcia broke his bat. I'll have to go get a new piece of lumber from the dugout. Pimentel also coming into tonight, 1 run allowed in his last 8 games, 9 1/3 innings worth of action. The Ducks bullpen coming into the doubleheader today had been spectacular of late. Just 1 run allowed in their last 22 innings. They had made it 24 innings of 1-run ball before the Rodriguez 3-run home run conceded to Bell. 1-2. That breaking ball misses down and in for ball 1. Excuse me, ball 2. Evening up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 games are final in the Atlantic League. 1 is still going on. As we bring you the out-of-town score updates here. Pimentel kicks and fires. Down and in. That missed. After getting ahead 1-2, the count has now moved to 3-2. Now, the games that concern the Ducks, the Somerset Patriots got the win tonight in their game against the Road Warriors. Fell behind early 3-0. They rallied with a run in the second, a run in the third, 2 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh for a 5-3 win. From the stretch, here's the 3-2. Pimentel kicks and comes home, and this misses upstairs, ball 4. Not the way you want to start off out of relief. Get ahead 1-2 and throw 3 straight out of the strike zone. Carlos Garcia is on for the first time in this game with a leadoff walk and make it 5 straight innings now, which the Barnstormers have put the leadoff man on. Garcia, by the way, was 1 for 3, with a single and a stolen base in game 1. So now Anderson De La Rosa will come to the plate, the catcher and 8-hitter, batting from the right side. So De La Rosa digs in from the right side. He is 1 for 2 on the night. Pimentel from the stretch. And his first pitch is a fastball strike. Bell tie 0-1. Winning pitcher for the Patriots was Kyle Davies, who got off to the tough start, ended up striking out 8 over 6 innings of 3-run ball. He improves to 6-7. Andres Caceres, the loser, fell to 2-3. Ryan Kelly picked up his 19th save of the year. Edwin Gomez hit his 5th home run in the loss for the Road Warriors. 0-1. Foul back to the screen behind the plate for strike 2. Patriots picked up a couple of RBIs from Andy Chavez on the night. Boyd and Coronado each drove in a run as well, as did Trapp. So Somerset gets the win to keep within 4.5 of the Ducks. And obviously, whether they go to 4 back of Long Island or 5 back of Long Island depends on the outcome of this game. 0-2 count. Runner leads from first with nobody out. Here's the offering from Pimentel. It's down and away. Good block by Cabrera at the plate for ball 1. New Britain Bees up in Connecticut routed the Revolution tonight 10-3, highlighted by a pair of 4-run innings, one in the 6th, one in the 8th. Winning pitcher was Brandon Cuniff in relief. Brandon Beachy started and allowed 2 runs in 2 innings. The Bees used 5 relievers in relief. Cuniff got the winner, improved to 2-0. Mitch Atkins took the loss. A rare rough start for him. He falls to 11-6. The 1-2. Skied in the air foul, first base side. This will drift back into the crowd out of play. No save in that ball game. Lots of home runs, though, for the Bees. Jovan Rosa hit his 5th home run. Jamar Walton his 12th. Jonathan Galvez his 8th. And Vicente Condi his 2nd. So 4 home runs given up by the York Revolution pitching staff. 3 by Atkins in the ball game. And the Bees even up that series. Some of the dogs still in the crowd. We can hear the barking. 1-2 is fouled straight back behind the plate. De La Rosa giving Pimentel a battle here, and it's 1-2. Meanwhile, in the bottom of the 8th inning down in Sugar Land, Texas, the Skeeters with a 3-1 lead over the Blue Crabs. Craig Stem started for Southern Maryland. Ryan Chafee is now in the ball game. Meanwhile, Lucas Irvin, 6 scoreless innings for the Skeeters, striking out 5. And Gene Machi is now into the ball game, pitching for Sugar Land. Again, the 1-2. And the breaking ball misses upstairs. That'll leave in the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Juan Silverio's driven in 2 runs for the Skeeters. Jinsanti and Rondon have each picked up RBIs as well. It's now a 4-1 game. Bottom half of the 8th inning, Sugar Land trying to put that ball game out of reach. 2-2 now. Pimentel delivers. De La Rosa swinging a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase down and out of the zone. So Carlos Pimentel records his first strikeout of the night. The 3rd for Ducks pitching, 1 away. Final line tonight on Lorenzo Barcelo. The righty goes 4 innings for the Ducks. He allows 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned. 3 walks to 2 strikeouts, 1 home run given up by Barcelo. That was to Robinson. He throws 83 pitches on the night, 50 of them for strikes. So 1 away, here is Rico Noel, the 9-hitter and left fielder, who's picked up a couple of hits and a couple of stolen bases on the night in Game 2. Also a run scored. First pitch, and he swings and misses late on the fastball from Pimentel for strike 1. Mets and the Cubs wrapped up their suspended game from last night earlier today. Cubs won at 2-1 in 11 innings. Winning pitcher was Jesse Chavez, improved to 2-1. Paul Sewell, the loss, fell to 0-5. Ben Zobrist had the game-winning RBI single to give the Cubs the win. Skied in the air here, left side of the infield on the 0-1 pitch. The shortstop, Steve Longo, making the call, and he will make the catch. So Rico Noel retired for the first time in this game as he pops out to short. Back-to-back outs recorded by Carlos Pimentel, since allowing the leadoff walk to Garcia. And with 2 away, that'll leave it up to Darian Sanford.
With center fielder, number 7, Darian Sanford.
Mets then took the regularly scheduled game today, 10-3. They out-hit the Cubs 16-6. Jason Vargas got the winner, improved to 5-8. Losing pitcher was Alec Mills, who fell to 0-1. Grand slam from Todd Frazier in the first inning, his 16th home run of the year. Fouled off here to the third base side by Sanford for strike 1. Victor Caratini also homered, his first of the year for the Cubs in the loss. Yankees fell again at home to the Chicago White Sox, nearly dropping all of the games in that series, but they come back and get the win yesterday. They fall today, though, 4-1. 7 innings and 1-run ball from Reynaldo Lopez to get the win. He improves to 5-9. Here's the 0-1 to Sanford. Pimentel deals. Swing and a miss. Late on the fastball for strike 2. CC Sabathia, the loser, fell to 7-5. Jace Fry with his 4th save of the year. Ronald Torreyes, the lone RBI for the Yankees. A heck of a night for Ryan Lemaire for the White Sox, who had 3 hits and 4 RBIs, including his 2nd home run of the year. The 0-2. Kicking the pitch. Sanford takes up high for ball one. Red Bulls get another win. 1-0. They shut out the Houston Dynamo at Red Bull Arena. Brian White, his first goal with the Red Bulls in the 55th minute. The lone marker in that game. Meanwhile, here the Ducks trailing 5-1, and in the top half of the fifth inning, runner at first with 2 down. And Carlos Pimentel trying to retire 3 straight after the leadoff walk. Here's the 1-2. Missed downstairs. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch will be the 20th of the evening for Carlos Pimentel. Garcia takes his lead at first. He does have good speed. Stole base in game 1, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pimentel blows the fastball by Sanford upstairs. 2 strikeouts in the 5th. And another scoreless inning of work for Carlos Pimentel, who has been terrific of late. Barnstormers retired in the 5th. No runs, no hits, a walk and a runner left. After 4.5 here in game 2, 5-1 Lancaster.
Hey fans, this is Taylor Ard, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green, so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at pscgliny.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, we go to the bottom half of inning number 5. Long Island Ducks trailing right now by the count of 5-1. Tyrell Harris, the right-hander for the Barnstormers, who had struggled in his first start of the year with Lancaster, has been impressive since taking over and pitching here in game 2. After the loss in game 1 for Lancaster, he's allowed just 1 base runner in this game, and that was the home run by Miles Williams to right field back in the first. Since then, it's been a whole lot of nothing for the Ducks offense. They had 8 straight batters retired on outs in the air, and then had 3 straight retired in the 4th on strikeouts. So against 11 in a row retired by Harris, and 12 of the 13 batters that have come to the plate in this game. Ramon Cabrera will lead off the 5th inning. First pitch on the way from Harris, and Cabrera takes the fastball up and away for ball 1. And again, Kevin Baez, after getting the win in game 1, putting in a lot of his bench players here for game 2 as starters, including Longo and Garcia, as well as Cody Puckett, and his backup catcher, Ramon Cabrera, who's been the primary catcher, but Navarro caught game 1 after Cabrera caught yesterday. They've pretty much been alternating behind the plate. 2-0 now on Cabrera, who popped out to third base back in the 2nd inning. Switch hitter from the left side, the wide open stance at home plate. Here comes the 2-0 delivery. Swinging a foul straight back to the screen. A little bit out in front of the offering, it's 2-1. Cabrera 2 for 6 over the weekend with 3 RBIs against the Road Warriors in the 3-game sweep by Long Island. But again, 0 for 4 yesterday, ending that long 16-game on-base streak he had going throughout the course of this month. Harris working very slowly on the mound. Here is the 2-1. Righty kicks and fires. Cabrera swings a line drive into right field. On the run, though, Robinson, and he'll make the catch. think that was the Ducks' hardest hit ball since the first inning. Maybe one other that was hit hard, but just about right at Robinson. And there's the first out. Harris continuing to pitch well, one away in the fifth, and that'll bring up the third baseman Cody Puckett batting from the right side. Puckett popped out to right field, his first at bat of the night. That was back in the second inning. From the windup, here is the first pitch. That breaking ball taken outside for ball one. Obviously, the Barnstormers coming into today are trying to secure their place as the wild card team, assuming Sugar Land wins the second half. Again, they have a 7-game lead for the moment over the Barnstormers, who lost game one, and Sugar Land had yet to finish their game. So assuming Sugar Land wins, Lancaster would need to get in via the wild card, and right now their lead over the Ducks in terms of overall record, it really doesn't matter because Long Island right now leading the division. 2-0 is hit high in the air to left. That's hit pretty well. Back goes the left fielder Noel. He looks up, and you can forget it. Wow, what a home run off the bat of Cody Puckett out to left field. It is the Ducks' second home run of this ball game, their fourth of the night in total, and Long Island closes to within 3. It's a 5-2 ball game. Puckett got all of that, hitting that just to the left of the scoreboard out in left center field for Cody Puckett. He crushes his 5th home run of the season, and it brings the Ducks to within 5-2.
Long Island center fielder number 9, Anthony Vega, number 9.
The Ducks once again love to hit the long ball. 2 home runs in game one from Valdespine, one from Washington, and 2 more homers here in game 2. Here's Anthony Vega. He takes low and outside for ball one. That ends the streak of 12 in a row, retired by Tyrell Harris. First base runner since the first inning for Long Island. Now here is Anthony Vega. That is taken outside for ball 2. I just realized Harris has yet to work out of the stretch in this game. He's been pitching from the windup all game long, and the only 2 base runners have hit home runs, so they've never been on the actual base paths and staying there. They just rounded them. 2-0. That catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. The Revolution and the Bees right now are playing against one another, so one of those 2 teams has to lose. Coming into today, the Barnstormers led the Revolution by a total of 6.5 games. This one nubbed foul to the third base side of home plate. So the Barnstormers really in a pretty good position right now. Even though they are not leading the division, they have a pretty hefty lead in the wild card. And again, assuming that the Ducks don't worry about the wild card because they are leading the division right now. 6.5 game lead over the Revs, and the Barnstormers have the tiebreaker in terms of head-to-head. It's swing and a miss here, though, by Vega for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the night for Harris. Vega 0 for 2 in the game. With 2 away, that'll leave it up to Robert Garcia, the left fielder.
Left fielder, number 24, Robert Garcia, number 24.
The Barnstormers, who had the league's best overall record, or were tied for the league's best overall record last year with Bridgeport, neither team made the playoffs. Lancaster may have to get in via the wild card this year, but they have the 2nd best overall record coming into the day at 61 wins and 44 losses, now 61 and 45. This pitch misses outside for ball 1. But they're looking like they're in a good position to get into the postseason and have a first-round matchup with the Skeeters, the team they defeated to win the 2014 Atlantic League Championship. Swing and a miss here by Garcia to even the count at 1-1. Garcia hit the ball hard back in the 3rd inning. Forgot about that one. He hit a bullet to center field, but Darian Sanford was right there to make the catch. 1-1 the count on Garcia. Bases empty, 2 down, bottom half of the 5th inning. He was able to check his swing on a breaking ball low, and it moves the count to 2-1. Harris, 66 pitches thus far tonight, 39 of them for strikes. 1 run in the 5th on the Cody Puckett solo homer. 2-1. Swinging a foul ball off of the mask of, I believe, De La Rosa, or off the chest maybe of Silvio Martinez. De La Rosa was checking on him. I think he's all right. The count even up at 2-2. A hot and humid night here at Bethpage Ballpark, and kudos to the fans who are still here at past 11 o'clock. Game 1 of this doubleheader began all the way back at 6, 5 hours ago. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Harris strikes out Garcia swinging. Second strikeout of the inning, 5th of the night for Harris, all of them swinging. Ducks get a run on a hit, the solo home run by Cody Puckett. They close to within 3 after 5 innings here in Game 2. It is a 5-2 lead for the Barnstormers.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Daniel Fields, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Fans Fresh Local Coffee is brewing at the first and third base concessions at Bethpage Ballpark, and homebrewed iced coffee is available at the Duck Island Kitchen. Grab yourself a hot or iced Ducks plant from Hampton Coffee Company on your next visit here to Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks trailing 5-2, being out-hit 8-2 in Game 2 of today's single admission doubleheader. The Ducks will call upon right-hander Colton Murray, who will pitch for the first time in 22 days. Last pitched on August the 7th in Bridgewater, New Jersey, as he allowed 2 runs on 2 hits in a third of an inning. Ducks won the game. He took a no decision but struggled in relief, and then had to go on the disabled list due to an arm injury. So missed the last 22 days of action, but is back on the roster for Long Island, and he will get the opportunity to pitch here in the 6th inning and face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Barnstormers. Bortnick, Galen, and Robinson are the 3 that are due up. So Murray takes over on the mound. We still hear some barking, so a couple of dogs still in attendance here as part of Bark in the Park Night Part 2 this year. First pitch to Bortnick, swinging a ground ball to the left side. The shortstop Longo will pick it up. His throw across the diamond is just in time to get out Bortnick, and a good start for Murray. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Designated hitter number 2, Blake Galen.
Good work from Carlos Pimentel tonight as he pitches a scoreless inning in the 5th, continuing his strong work of late. Allowed the leadoff walk to Garcia and came back to retire the next 3 in a row, striking out 2 and getting a pop out 2 short. So 1 away, and up to the plate will step Blake Galen. The numbers from Murray on this year for the Ducks. Right-hander struggled prior to that injury. Being attacked by a couple bugs here in the booth on this hot, humid night, and I'll get you those numbers in a moment. First pitch here to Galen. Here's a fastball up and away for ball 1. Murray, 20 appearances, 0-2, 7.94 ERA. 16 runs, 15 of those earned, allowed in 17 innings. 16 hits to 13 walks while striking out 19. Right-hander is set to go on the mound. It'll be a 1-0. Here's the kick on the pitch. Swinging a foul ball back to the top of the screen behind home plate by Galen, who is 0 for 3 here in Game 2. A pop out to first, a strikeout, and a fly out to center. He is the only Barnstormer who has yet to reach base safely in this game. And he, Bell, and Garcia are the only 3 without hits among the 8 Barnstormer hits. Bell has walked 3 times, Garcia once. 1-1 is off the outside corner for a ball. That'll move the count to 2 balls and a strike. In top of the 6th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark, bases empty, 1 out. Defense shifted around to the right side here for the slugger, Galen. 2-1. Fastball, that is belt high for a strike over the inner half of the plate. Evens up the count at 2-2. Trayvon Robinson, who has been on base twice in this game safely and has scored 2 more runs, has driven in 2 runs, waiting on deck. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Good velocity on that fastball from Colton Murray as he blows the fastball by Blake Galen. First strikeout for Murray in the game, and the 5th for the Ducks pitching staff, 2 away. And that'll leave it up to Trayvon Robinson.
Number 5.
Well, Robinson certainly has inflicted pain on the Ducks in this game. A solo home run in the 3rd, an RBI single with 2 outs in the 4th. So he's got 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and 2 stolen bases in this game. He's done a little bit of everything thus far for the Barnstormers tonight in Game 2. 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored in Game 1 and fouls the first pitch off here in the 6th inning. 0-1. I mentioned this last night, but Robinson very briefly was in a Ducks uniform. Back in 2014 in spring training, was briefly with Long Island. Actually, I think it might be 2015. He was briefly with the Ducks. Yes, 2015, my mistake. 0-1. It's down in the dirt. Blocked there, evens the count at 1-1, but before spring training ended and the season could begin, his contract was purchased by the Diamondbacks. And spent time with AAA Reno and then eventually joined a couple other organizations before coming back to the Atlantic League, where he played for Somerset and now Lancaster. The 1-1 from Colton Murray. Here's the kick and the pitch. Fastball misses down and in. That moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. So Colton Murray in his return back to the bullpen off the disabled list. He was activated yesterday. Trying to retire the side in order here in the top half of the 6th inning. Ducks have yet to retire the Barnstormers in order here in Game 2. It'll be a 2-1 from Murray. Fastball here, catches the inside corner for a strike. Nicely thrown by the right-hander. Former big leaguer who spent 2 seasons in the bigs with the Phillies, 2015 and 16. Struck out both David Wright and Michael Kadire of the Mets in his big league debut on September the 2nd of 2015. Be a 2-2 pitch to the switch hitter Robinson. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Colton Murray paints the corner with a fastball, strikes out 2. It's a 1-2-3, top half of the 6th inning for the righty. It's a PSEG Long Island energy efficient inning with energy efficiency programs from PSEG Long Island. Saving on your electric bill is also as easy as 1-2-3. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you. To the bottom of the 6th we go, 5-2 Lancaster.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dennis O'Grady, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at PSEGLINY.com/efficiency.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just gonna go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt, and autographed baseball. Refreshments including hot dogs, chips, cupcakes, frozen ice treats, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Bottom of the 6th, the Ducks trailing 5-2. Steve Longo to lead off the inning against right-hander Tyrell Harris, who begins his 6th inning of work, deals the first pitch strike, 0-1. Harris has pitched well tonight. He's given up 2 runs over 5 innings, has struck out 5, has yet to walk a batter, and has made only 2 poor pitches on the night. Both were hit over the fence, one by Miles Williams, one by Cody Puckett. This pitch misses down and away to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Most of the Ducks have been hitting the ball in the air in this game. Ducks have yet to make it out on the ground in this game. They have the 2 home runs. They have the 5 strikeouts. Every other batter has been put out on a ball in the air. Now 1 ground out against Harris. Very odd. 1-1 is taken low. And that'll move the count to 2-1 on Longo, who popped out to right field way back in inning number 3. As a reminder, if you're tuning in, this is game 2 of a single admission doubleheader. 2 7-inning games. Ducks won game 1 8-7 in walk-off fashion. 2-1. Longo a swing and a miss. Late on the fastball from Harris. And that'll even up the count at 2-2. Colton Murray a dominant inning in the top half of the 6th, striking out 2, a good sign to see as he comes back from the arm injury, his first appearance in 22 days, and pitches well. 2-2, ground ball up the middle, yes, that'll get through, a base hit for Steve Longo. The first ball put on the ground by the Ducks in this game, and Steve Longo's got his 2nd hit in a Ducks uniform. So they get the leadoff man on in the 6th inning with their 3rd hit off of Harris.
Number 15, Jordani Balthaspeed, number 15.
First pitch on the way from Tyrell Harris to Jordani Balthaspeed as the Ducks begin their 3rd trip through the order. First pitch here. It's a fastball strike, 0-1. It's also the first time Harris has had a pitch out of the stretch today. Again, he's retired every batter he's faced except for the 2 who hit home runs. But obviously, when you hit home runs, you're not still on the base pass. You just round them. So this is the first time that he has had a runner on base in this game, forcing him to pitch out of the stretch. Balthaspeed 0 for 2 here in game 2. He has lined his 2nd and popped his 2nd in his 2 at-bats. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Waves through the breaking ball, diving down in the zone. That'll run the count to 0-2. Balthaspeed, of course, with the 2 hits in the opener, 3 RBIs and a run scored for the Ducks' 2nd baseman, continuing his fantastic rookie season in the Atlantic League. Of course, he is a professional baseball veteran and a 4-year Major League veteran. Longo takes his lead off of first. It'll be an 0-2 from Harris. Kicking the pitch. Fastball runs outside for ball number 1. Teams will wrap up this series tomorrow night. A 6:35 start and a regularly scheduled 9-inning game between these 2 teams. Here comes the 1-2. Harris deals, Balthaspeed swings and fouls it off to the 3rd base side. Lefty Hector Silvestre will get the start for Long Island. It's been a bit up and down since moving into the starting rotation, again due to injuries, and then Bennett Parry getting his contract purchased. And it'll be opposed by lefty John Anderson, who has had a strong year for the Barnstormers overall. And as we mentioned earlier, the winner of this game takes the lead in the series. Barnstormers won here last night 6-2. And the Ducks took game 1 of the doubleheader tonight. 1-2 pitch from Harris to Balthaspeed. Line drive foul down the 3rd baseline back into the crowd. Got it off the end of the bat. And we'll do it yet again at 1-2. One more base runner for the Ducks. They will bring the tying run to the plate. Miles Williams, who has one of the 2 home runs waiting in the on-deck circle for Long Island. See if the Ducks can get the tying run of the plate here in this game. Good performances by Pimentel and Murray have kept the Ducks in it since they took over for Barcelo after his 2-run 4th inning. 1-2. Fastball runs high. Snap throw to first. Longo just got back in there before the tag from Casey Hobson. Longo ranging far off the bag, has yet to steal or attempt a stolen base with this Ducks team. – So 2-ball, 2-strike count now on Jordani Valdespin as Williams waits on deck and the dangerous Lou Ford in the hole. See if the Ducks have some late game magic in them once again. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. A half swing. Harris thought he had strike 3. Did not get the call from home plate umpire Silvio Martinez. Valdespin did not go around. And the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Catcher Anderson De La Rosa not happy. Neither is Tyrell Harris. Ross Peoples letting Silvio know his displeasure from the third base dugout. See if Longo takes off here on the 3-2 to Valdespin. Harris looks in for the sign, and out comes Set. Here's the payoff pitch. Longo does not go, and Valdespin pops it foul, third base side. That is the 8th pitch of the at-bat, third 2-strike foul ball off the bat of Valdespin. And we'll do it once again at 3-2. Well, game 1 was a slow-moving affair here at Bethpage Ballpark. It took 2 hours and 49 minutes to complete. Game 2, not going much quicker, maybe slightly, but we're now 2 hours and 2 minutes into game number 2. And playing in the bottom of the 6th with nobody out. Harris is ready to go once again. Here comes the payoff pitch. Kicks and fires. And Valdespin pops it up again. Foul back behind the plate this time. Heck of a battle here between Jordani Valdespin and Tyrell Harris. Harris looking for the first out at least, if not the first 2 outs of this inning. Valdespin looking for his first hit, or first plate appearance, first time on base here in game 2 of the doubleheader, and trying to bring the tying run of the plate in the form of Miles Williams. Payoff pitch, here it is, and a swing and a miss for strike 3 as he got Valdespin to chase downstairs. So the 10-pitch at bat ends in a strikeout of Jordani Valdespin, 6th K of the night. All swinging for Tyrell Harris, and there's one away here in the 6th. By the way, that 2-hour, 49-minute game 1, not the longest 7-inning game of the year for the Ducks. The Ducks actually played a 2-hour, 51-minute game 1 on Camp Day, July the 18th against the New Britain Bees. And after getting the out of Valdespin, even with a righty coming up, Ross Peoples wants to go to his bullpen, so he's going to take Harris out of the ball game here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 on and 1 out. Williams, who had homered off him earlier in the game, will not see Harris. We'll have a pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th with the Barnstormers leading 5-2. Good performance here tonight from Tyrell Harris. And the Barnstormer bullpen, which blew the game in the bottom of the 7th in game 1, specifically Caleb Fleck, will try and get the job done here in game 2. Our first pitching change in an inning here tonight, as the Barnstormers lead it by 3.
Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLiny.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickolock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Michael Pollack with you here at Bethpage Ballpark on this Thursday night. Thank you so much for sticking with us and tuning in on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network for the second game of this single admission doubleheader between the Ducks and the Barnstormers. Long Island trailing 5-2 here in Game 2, looking for a rally like they did in Game 1. They were winning for most of Game 1 until the Barnstormers tied it with a home run, or took the lead, I should say, with a home run in the top of the 7th. The Ducks came back with 2 in the bottom of the 7th to win it 8-7. Barnstormers have pretty much led throughout. In fact, they have led throughout. They took a 2-0 lead in the first, have never trailed in this game or had the game tied. Miles Williams to face Steven Johnson, who hits him with the first pitch. How about that? Tyrell Harris gets taken out of the game after striking out Jordani Valdespin, with Miles Williams coming to the plate, who had homered off of Harris back in the first, but struck out against him in the fourth. And on the first pitch, Steven Johnson hits Miles Williams. That's the 6th batter that Johnson has hit this year. And so now the tying run are going to come to the plate in the form of Lou Ford, who has victimized the Barnstormers throughout the course of his career and had 4 hits here in Game 1. He's over 2 in Game 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. But he comes to the plate here in game number 2 with a chance to tie the game with one swing of the bat. Steven Johnson, 3-0 with a 2.70 ERA in 37 appearances out of the bullpen for the Barnstormers. He has pitched very well for Lancaster. Obviously not the way he wanted to start off this inning. So Williams hit by the pitch. Here is Ford, first pitch. And he takes a fastball low for ball 1. Ford with 2 RBIs in Game 1, a pair of RBI doubles to go along with 2 singles. Longo leads off second, Williams off of first. The 1-0 from Johnson. Fastball here, misses down and away. That's 3 straight out of the strike zone from the right-hander. And the count moves to 2-0. Ducks being out hit 8-3 in this game. Harris still responsible for Longo at second. The runner at first, Johnson's responsibility. 2-0. Outside, Johnson missed. That's now 3 straight out of the zone. And another that missed would load up the bases. David Washington, who already has 1 home run today, waiting in the on-deck circle for Long Island. 3-0 the count. Here comes the pitch from Johnson. Looks, deals, Ford takes all the way. That just nipped the outside corner for strike 1. No surprise to see Ford take all the way. That just caught the piece of the corner. So the count 3-1 with 1 out and 2 men on base. Johnson gets the sign from De La Rosa. The 3-1. Down and away for ball 4. So Steven Johnson has come into this game, hits Miles Williams with the first pitch he throws, misses on 4 of the 5 offerings to Lou Ford. That's the first walk drawn by the Ducks in this game. It's brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are 29 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in. And now the Ducks have the bases loaded with only 1 out. David Washington coming to the plate, who is tied with Blake Galen for the league lead in homers with 22. Hit a mammoth game-tying solo home run in Game 1 well over both walls to right center. And could give the Ducks their first lead of Game 2 with 1 swing of the bat. First pitch, and Washington takes up and away on a fastball for ball 1. Was interested to see whether Washington, after seeing Ford walk, would swing at the first pitch, but he took it. It missed up and away. So 1-0 the count. He's 0 for 2 tonight in Game 2. A fly out and a strikeout. 1-0. Takes a fastball here. Bell tie for a strike to even up the count. Washington does have 2 grand slams earlier this year, both in the second half. 1 against Sugar Land, 1 against the Road Warriors. Be a 1-1. Johnson's pitch. Washington takes a breaking ball that misses a little bit low and outside. Didn't miss by much. The count moves to 2-1. And obviously with the bases full, a single could potentially make it a 1-run game. An extra base hit could potentially tie it. Ramon Cabrera waits in the on-deck circle for the Ducks. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch from Steven Johnson. Kicks and fires. Washington, a high fly ball in the air to center. Back goes Darian Sanford to left center. on the warning track. He almost lost it, but ends up making the catch. Everybody will tag up. Into score is going to be Longo. To third goes Williams. To second goes Ford. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Washington, who just missed a bases clearing double, and the Ducks close to within 5-3. So Washington will settle for the RBI, his third of the doubleheader, first in this game. Washington had the RBI single and the home run in game 1. So he picks up the sacrifice fly. That makes this a 2-run ball game. And now the Ducks with the tying runs in scoring position and 2 men out. And up to the plate will step Ramon Cabrera with a chance to tie the game with a single. Ford, the runner at second, and Williams, the runner at third. Johnson gets the sign and comes set. First pitch. Cabrera takes a slider that misses low and outside. 4-1. Cabrera 0 for 2 here in this game after sitting in favor of Dioner Navarro in game 1. He has popped out to third and flown out to right in his 2 at-bats. Johnson gets the sign and comes set. Here's the 1-0. Cabrera swinging a ground ball foul to the Ducks dugout on the first base side. And that will even things up at 1-1. Ford does not have blazing speed at second, so a hard-hit baseball at one of the outfielders might not score him. Though with 2 outs, Kevin Baez very aggressive at third, will usually send his runners. But obviously has to see how hard the ball is hit and where it's hit. A 1-1 the count as Johnson tries to work around a hit by pitch, a walk, and a sac fly. 1-1. Fastball misses low to Cabrera. Good eye from the Ducks catcher, who runs the count to 2-1. The inning started with a base hit from Steve Longo against Tyrell Harris, who then struck out Valdespine. Ross Peoples brought in the righty Johnson to face Williams, who hit Williams, walked Ford, and gave up the long sac fly off the bat of David Washington. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Cabrera, a swing and a miss. Cuts through the breaking ball, diving down in the zone, and now Johnson is a strike 3 away from sending this game to the 7th, with the Barnstormers still in front by 2. Carlos Pimentel a scoreless inning in the 5th. Colton Murray a scoreless inning in the 6th to keep the Ducks offense in the game. Long Island putting together its first rally of the night after they had hit a pair of solo home runs earlier in the game, and again are now a single away from tying this game. Johnson gets the sign. He is ready to go on the hill. Cabrera set at the plate. 2-2. Fastball misses up and away, and that will run the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open. A walk here would load up the bases for Cody Puckett, who homered his last time up 1 inning ago. The Ducks do have some options on the bench. Taylor Ard, Daniel Fields, both on the bench, as is Dan Lyons and Dioner Navarro. But we'll see what Kevin Baez does. First, Cabrera has to find his way on base. Johnson is ready to go. And here comes the payoff pitch. On the way, Cabrera swinging a pop-up foul. Third base side. De La Rosa gives it a look. This will be well back into the seats. And we'll do it again at 3-2. I'll tell you what, Barnstormers had total control of this game over the first, really, 4.5 innings. But the Ducks have made some noise here over the last 2. After a very entertaining but long game 1, we're having another long game 2. But albeit, it has become another entertaining one between these 2 teams. Both of them vying for postseason berths, both currently in playoff positions. Again, the 3-2 to Cabrera. Johnson deals, and Cabrera will swing and line this one in a shallow center. Long run in for Darian Sanford. He dives. Did he make the catch? They say he made the catch. Oh, what a diving catch in center field by Darian Sanford to rob Ramon Cabrera of the game-tying base hit. Sanford had Cabrera playing shallow anyway. Races in, full extension diving catch. That gets down. We've got a tie game at 5, but Sanford makes potentially a game-saving play. So in this 6th inning, the Ducks will settle for a run on 1 hit, a hit batter, and a walk. They ultimately leave the tying runs in scoring position. We'll go to the 7th with the Ducks now trailing 5-3.
Hey fan, this is Ramon Cabrera, and you listen to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
This season, build new memories.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
This season, witness the action.
He reaches up, it's gone!
This season, celebrate an all-star summer.
The Ducks have won it 7-1.
Gather your friends and family for an entertainment experience like no other. The Ducks 2018 schedule is full of new promotions, and with free parking and tickets starting at just $12, there's no better value on Long Island. Get tickets to an all-star summer at liducks.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. I keep watching this play over and over again by Darian Sanford. It is so close. I mean, if he came up with that ball, he just barely got it at the tips of the grass before it hit the ground. It is so close right there, right on the grass. It looked like for sure was going to land for a base hit. Would have tied the game with 2 outs, runners on contact. Williams and Ford would have both scored. We'd have a 5-5 brand new ball game going into the 7th. But Darian Sanford, they rule he made the catch. And so this game heads to the 7th with the Barnstormers still in front by 2. And if Lancaster wins this game, both Tyrell Harris and mainly Steven Johnson will need to buy Darian Sanford a steak dinner, because that was some play by the speedy center fielder and all-star to rob the base hit from Ramon Cabrera, deny him 2 RBIs, and keep the Barnstormers in front by 2. Asher Tolliver takes over in the 7th, and his first pitch to Josh Bell is on the outside corner for strike 1. So Harris's final line reads as 5 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, 6 strikeouts to give up the 2 home runs, 83 pitches, 51 of them for strikes, and Johnson escapes the inning with no runs allowed, despite allowing a hit by pitch and a walk to the first 2 batters he faced, taking over. Tolliver misses outside, the count 1-1. Left-hander comes in for the 2nd straight day after tossing a scoreless 8th inning last night, working around a leadoff walk. The 1-1. Bell takes low and inside for ball 2. The Ducks have to find a way to try and retire Josh Bell, who again came into the day hitting just .204, but drew 2 walks and hit a 3-run home run in Game 1 that gave the Barnstormers the lead briefly in the 7th, and has drawn 3 walks here in Game 2, all against Lorenzo Barcelo. Tolliver misses down and away here, and the count goes to 3-1 on Josh Bell. Lancaster still out, hitting Long Island 8-3 in this game. The Ducks, with single runs over the past 2 innings, have cut their deficit to 2. Swung grounded towards the middle. Jordani Valdespina is there, and his throw to first is in time to retire Bell. And for the first time tonight in Game 2, Josh Bell is retired. Only the 2nd time between the 2 games he has been retired. 1 away here in the 7th. Dominant inning for Colton Murray out of the bullpen in the 6th. Retired the side in order, the only Duck pitcher to do that in this game thus far, and struck out 2. So looks to be back and feeling better after the arm injury kept him out. 1 away, and now Tolliver will face the lefty swinging Casey Hobson. Probably the main reason why the lefty Tolliver brought in here in inning number 7. First pitch cut on and missed, as Hobson chased downstairs for strike 1. For Asher Tolliver, this is his 42nd appearance of the year, 1-2 record, a 4.21 ERA and 1 save. 37 hits allowed in 40 2/3 innings. He has walked 22 and struck out 46. There's a good fastball for a strike over the outside corner, and that'll run the count quickly to 0-2. Hobson 1 for 3 in this game. He gave the Barnstormers the early lead with a 2-route, 2-run single to right on a 2-2 pitch from Barcelo. That lead has held up not at 2-0, but the lead has held up for the Barnstormers the whole game. As here, Hobson chases down and away for strike 3. First strikeout for Tolliver, the 7th for the Ducks pitching staff in this game. And with 2 away, that is going to leave it up to the second baseman, Carlos Garcia. In the bottom of the 7th, the Ducks will have their 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. It'll be Cody Puckett, Anthony Vega, and Robert Garcia. As we mentioned, the Ducks have several of their normal starters on the bench right now, including Taylor Ard, Daniel Fields, Dan Lyons, and Deanna Navarro. And we'll see if Kevin Baez uses either of those in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch here, taken low by Garcia, who is 0 for 2 with a walk here in Game 2. Grounded into a force out in the first, bounced to second in the third, and then drew the walk leading off the 5th against Carlos Pimentel. Now the Ducks bullpen has retired 8 in a row since that point. 1-0. Outside that missed. Running the count to 2-0 on Garcia. Tolliver looking to retire the side here on the top of the 7th. Send it to the bottom half of the inning to give the Ducks a chance to waddle off with another win. They did so in Game 1, coming back from 7-6 down to win in the bottom of the inning. 2-0. Garcia pops it up foul behind the plate. Cabrera gives it a look, but this will be back into the seats, upstairs, and comes back down below. Who's going to get it? And a young lady sitting behind the home plate does come up with it, and we'll give it to the young fan sitting next to the Ducks dugout in the front row. 2-1. Line drive up the middle into center field. There's a base hit. So Carlos Garcia with a 2-out single. Ends the streak of 8 in a row retired by the Ducks bullpen. It's the second runner for the Barnstormers since the 4th. Both of them have been Garcia. And with 2 away, that'll leave it up to the catcher, Anderson De La Rosa. Meanwhile, we'll see who Ross Peoples brings in to try and close this ball game out. Obviously, we saw Caleb Fleck struggle after closing out the game yesterday. We saw him struggle in Game 1 as he allowed 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk in just a third of an inning. This pitch misses low for ball 1. Matt Marksberry faced only 1 batter. The tough lefty who struck out the side last night in the 8th came in and pitched in the 7th after the intentional walk to Lyons and allowed the game-winning hit to Valdespine, though, of course, the run charged to Fleck. 1-0. Swing and a miss and a high fastball by De La Rosa evens the count at 1-1. And again, the Ducks have a lefty and a switch hitter due up, so potentially you could bring in the lefty Marksberry to try and close it out, or the righty Garrett Granitz possibly. But there's a few options there for Ross Peoples in his bullpen, and we'll see who does come in to try and close it out in the bottom half of this inning. Lancaster looking for insurance here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th after the base hit from Garcia. 1-1 from Tolliver. Fouled back behind the plate, upstairs, smashes off of the facing of one of the balcony signs. It comes back down below. About 4 different kids chasing after it. Who's going to come up with a baseball? And a young fellow gets it here with a Rangers hockey shirt on. So he's got the baseball. We'll do it again, this time with a count of 1-2 as Tolliver looks for strike 3. Former big leaguer comes set on the hill. And the 1-2. Missed the inside corner with a fastball. So that'll leave it at the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on De La Rosa. And the Patriots have won tonight, the Bees have won tonight, and the Skeeters hang on for a win tonight. Everything else final with the exception of this one. Swing and a miss here on a changeup over the outer corner for strike 3. 3 scoreless innings from the Ducks bullpen here in this game thus far. Strikeout number 2 for Tolliver and 8 for the Ducks pitching staff. In the 7th, no runs a hit. The Barnstormers leave their 9th man on base. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Ducks will try and rally. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win as they trail 5-3.
Hey fans, this is Anthony Vega and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Sayville Ford, Long Island's Ford giant, has been family-owned and operated for over 60 years. Stop by today to check out their giant selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives and a luxurious customer lounge. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Save 04, the no-fees dealer. Visit online at save04.com or download the Save 04 app today to learn more. Call 855-917-8737 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. So, of course, I had mentioned a couple names that manager Ross Peoples could bring in potentially to try and close this game out, with the Barnstormers leading 5-3 as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning in Game 2 of this single admission doubleheader. Of course, didn't listen to me. He brought in none of them. It's right-hander Kevin Munson, who will get his first action of this series. He takes over on the hill for the Barnstormers. We'll try and close out this ball game. For the Ducks, Cody Puckett, Anthony Vega, and Robert Garcia are the three men due up to the plate in this 7th inning. The Ducks at one point trailed 5-1. They had just one hit over their first 4 innings, 2 hits over their first 5. But they got a hit in the 6th, a walk, a hit by pitch, and a sac fly. It added up to a run. Long Island with single runs in the 5th and 6th have closed to within 5-3. Meanwhile, for Munson, his last outing was not a good one. It was on Sunday against the Somerset Patriots. Took the loss, blew the save in a 6-3 defeat as he allowed 4 runs on 4 hits and a walk in 1 inning of work. That was in the 8th. So Munson trying to bounce back after a very difficult most recent outing. And the Ducks trying to waddle off for the second time today. They trailed 7-6 going into the bottom of the 7th in Game 1 after the 3-run home run by Josh Bell on the top of the inning off Francisco Rodriguez gave them the lead. The Ducks scored 2 runs in the bottom of the inning to win the game, courtesy of Jordani Valdespin's game-winning hit. They got the win. David Washington tied the game with a home run. First pitch here to Cody Puckett, and he takes a fastball strike in the outside corner, 0-1. Puckett is 1 for 2 in this game, a solo home run well out to left center field in the 5th inning. His 5th of the year, popped out to right in his first at-bat of the night. 0-1, and he swings and misses, chasing down and in out of the strike zone from Munson, and it's quickly 0-2. As I mentioned before, Kevin Baez does have some options on his bench. Lefty hitting Daniel Fields, the righty hitting Taylor Ard, the righty hitting Dan Lyons, and of course Deanna Navarro, the backup catcher, though you tend to stay away from your backup catcher in the event of an injury. So we'll see if Kevin Baez calls upon any of them. 0-2, and Puckett takes down and away. Good eye for ball 1. Overall this year, Munson has a record for the Barnstormers of 7-4. He's got a 3.64 ERA and 37 appearances out of the bullpen. Third baseman playing right along the line, that's Bell. Puckett here takes inside, goes off the glove of the catcher De La Rosa and off to the third base side. That evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Ducks now with 8 walk-off wins this year after their victory in Game 1. I do not know if the Ducks have ever walked off twice in a doubleheader before. I know it's happened against them. I vividly remember one, I believe early last year, where the Patriots did it twice against them in Somerset in a single admission doubleheader. 2-2 the count. Munson is ready. Here's his pitch. And Puckett a swing and a miss for strike 3 as he cuts through the fastball. So Cody Puckett stays in to begin this 7th inning and strikes out swinging. That is the 7th strikeout for the Barnstormer pitching staff in this game, and there's one away. Johnson ends up going 2/3 of an inning in relief. Does not allow a hit. Does not give up a run. The only run that scored while he was on the mound was Longo on the sac fly from Washington. That run was charged to Harris. Walked 1, hit a batter as well, did not strike out anybody. So with one away, here is Anthony Vega to the plate. And now time is called as De La Rosa will get some of that white chalk on his hands to hopefully make it a little bit easier for Munson to see the signs. Vega 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout in game 2. First pitch here is downstairs for ball 1. What the Ducks need is a base runner here. You want to get one guy on base to bring the tying run to the plate. I have to think if Vega gets aboard with Garcia on deck and Longo in the hole, unless there's a reason why. As Vega fouls one off for strike 1, a reason why Ard or Fields or anybody like that can't play. You might see a pinch hitter here to try and tie the game with one swing of the bat. And Ard definitely has the pop amongst the players on the bench right now. 14 home runs this year. The count 1-1 here on Vega. Munson deals. Misses the outside corner to run the count to 2-1. The Ducks were so close in the 6th inning to tying this game. Washington, the deep drive to center field in the 6th that almost got lost in the sky by Sanford, who ended up making the catch. And then he had to race in and make an incredible diving catch to Rob Cabrera and save the game for the Barnstormers. 2-1. Swing and a miss. That pitch misses down and in, and Vega goes after it to even the count at 2-2. So Munson struck out Puckett to begin the inning, trying to do the same here against Vega. Right-hander gets the sign and comes set. And the 2-2. Just missed down and in. Munson thought he had strike 3. At the knees on the inside corner. Silvio Martinez said no. So the count full at 3-2 on Vega. Another pitch out of the zone would bring the tying run to the plate here in the 7th. Munson dangles the baseball in his right arm as he looks in for the sign from De La Rosa. Now comes set. Payoff pitch on the way, and Vega will swing and pop it foul back behind the plate. Just got enough to keep it alive. So he fights that one back into the crowd, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Again, these two teams will close out the series here tomorrow night. A 6:35 start with a matchup of southpaws, Hector Silvestre, John Anderson on the mound. Now the winner of this game will have the edge in the series and guarantee themselves at least a split. 3-2. Vega takes up and away for ball 4, and the Ducks will bring the tying run to the plate. Good at bat for Anthony Vega. Munson didn't miss by much, but missed barely down and in, and then later missed up and away barely. So Vega is aboard, and a bit of a surprise here. Robert Garcia will come to the plate in this bottom half of the 7th inning with 1 on and 1 out. Again, the Ducks have Taylor Ard on the bench with his 14 home runs. And perhaps the Ducks want to get one other base runner on, and with the winning run at the plate, bring in a pinch hitter. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe there's a reason why they can't go in and pinch hit. First pitch to Garcia. Swings away and pops it foul back behind the plate. And the count 0-1. Garcia does have 2 home runs this year, including an inside the Parker that he hit back in early May up at New Britain Stadium. Again, he was on this Ducks roster for the entirety of April and May, and then got released the first day of June when Anthony Vega came back and re-signed with Long Island. Vega takes his lead at first. His run doesn't matter so much as the man at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Munson fires. Garcia takes a fastball. That's on the inside corner, knee high for a strike. And the count quickly 0-2. Garcia lined out hard to center field his first time up. That was back in the 3rd inning, then struck out swinging in the 5th. Third baseman Bell has been playing back. Garcia does have terrific speed, as does Vega, who is at first. Here's the 0-2, a throw over to first. Diving back safely there is Vega. And obviously if Garcia could get on, then you have the tying runs on base, both of them with terrific speed. Steve Longo is still out in the on-deck circle for Long Island. He is 1 for 2 in this game. 0-2 on the way, and Robert Garcia takes a breaking ball down and away for ball 1. He, by the way, no relation to Carlos Garcia on the Barnstormers. Kevin Munson looking for a ground ball at one of his infielders here with 1 on and 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, his team leading by 2. Munson is ready to go. Vega takes his lead. And the 1-2. Down in the dirt. Good block at home plate by De La Rosa. Keeps Vega at first. And keeps that double play potentially intact. So that'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A long night here at Bethpage Ballpark, starting to approach 6 hours between the 2 games of the doubleheader. This one began at 9:25. So we're officially over 2.5 hours in this game after it took 2 hours and 49 minutes to complete game 1. Two from Munson to Garcia. Here's the pitch, and Garcia takes the fastball up high. So that has run the count from 0-2 to 3-2, and another out of the zone would put the tying runs on base for Steve Longo. We'll see if Vega takes off here on a 3-2 pitch with 1 out. Munson looking in, now he's ready to go. Payoff pitch, he does not go, and Garcia grounds this one towards the left side. Leaping grab made by Bell. He'll have no play. Garcia is safe on the infield single to third, and the Ducks have put the tying runs on base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Kevin Baez will go to his bench now and call upon Taylor Ard as we expected. So a great at-bat for Robert Garcia there, who drew a walk, picked up the infield single. He fell behind quickly, 0-2, and managed to find his way on base as he worked the count full and then chopped one on the ground at third. Bell went back to get it, but he realized he had no chance of getting the speedy Garcia at first and wisely held on to it instead of throwing it over there, potentially throwing it away and seeing the tying runs move potentially in a scoring position. So Taylor Ard will come off the bench as the pinch hitter here with his 14 home runs on the season for Long Island. 55 runs batted in. He has a walk-off RBI single already this year, which he hit against the York Revolution on a Sunday night earlier this month. And Taylor Ard will come to the plate here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, looking to tie the game with an extra base hit or win it with a home run. And what drama we have here again in a game in which the Barnstormers were in full control over the first 4.5 innings, leading 5-1 going into the bottom of the 5th. The Ducks scored a run in the 5th, a run in the 6th, and have now put 2 on with 1 out in the 7th against Kevin Munson. And here is Taylor Ard to the plate off the bench for the Long Island Ducks. Longo finishes his night 1 for 2 with a run scored for Long Island. He led off that 6th inning rally with a single to center. First pitch from Munson to Ard. Kicks and fires. Ard takes a breaking ball on the inside corner for strike 1. In game 1 of the doubleheader, Ard was 0 for 4 at the plate. He was the only Duck without a hit in the game. 2 flyouts, a strikeout, and a ground out. The 0-1 takes down and away on a hard fastball, sinking down and away, thrown by Munson. And that'll even up the count at 1-1. Jordani Valdespin, who won game 1 of this doubleheader, waiting in the on-deck circle for Long Island. 1-1. Fastball misses low. Another good eye from Taylor Ard. And the count moves to 2-1. So Munson is having a long 7th inning here after taking over. He struck out the leadoff man, Cody Puckett. He's already thrown 21 pitches here in the inning, but walked Vega, gave up the infield single to Garcia. And now with a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Taylor Ard. Right-hander ready. Turns and fakes a throw to second where he chases Vega back to the bag. Again, Vega and Garcia both have terrific speed. So if Ard can get one down the line or into the gaps, potentially a double that would tie the game. From the stretch. Here's the 2-1. Down and away. This will kick away from the catcher. He can't see it. It caroms up the first base line. And now the count 3-1 on Ard on the wild pitch. And boy, is that big, because now it moves the tying runs in a scoring position, and a single can equal this game at 5. So a wild pitch thrown down in the dirt from right-hander Kevin Munson. And now the Ducks with the tying runs in scoring position, 1 man out. And Taylor Ard with a terrific hitter's count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Ard digs in at the plate. Munson looks in for the sign from De La Rosa. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Threw a hard fastball over the outer half of the plate. And Ard swung through it to run the count full at 3-2. Ducks being out-hit 9-4 in this game. They have never led, have trailed since the first. Payoff pitch from Munson Ard, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him to chase downstairs. The second strikeout of the inning for Munson. And with 2 outs, that's going to leave it up to Jordani Valdespin.
Jordani Valdespin, number 15.
How about this for drama? Jordani Valdespin, who won the game for the Ducks with the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the 7th in Game 1 with a base hit through the left side, comes up to the plate here with a chance to tie the game with a single, win it with a homer. He already has homered once tonight, a 2-run blast to right field in the 2nd inning of Game 1. And the Ducks will see Valdespin get intentionally walked. Not overly surprised. Again, you have a righty pitcher on the mound who would be a righty against the lefty. But a risky decision at that, because now you intentionally walk Valdespin and put the winning run on base. So manager Ross Peoples, who elected to intentionally walk Dan Lyons in Game 1 to load the bases for Jordani Valdespin, who ended up winning the game with a single, intentionally walks Valdespin here to put the winning run on base for Miles Williams. And with Valdespin's speed, he too could score on an extra base hit. So here is Williams with the bases loaded and 2 out. Time called here as Johnson stepped off the rubber. Again, I guess he had trouble with the signs. Williams, a solo homer the other way to right field back in the 1st inning, has since struck out and been hit by a pitch. Vega at 3rd, Garcia at 2nd, Valdespin at 1st. First pitch. Williams a line drive into center. Sanford on the run. He won't get it. It lands a base hit. Vega scores. Garcia racing in. He will score. Valdespin goes to 3rd. It's a game-tying 2-out, 2-run single to center by Miles Williams, and we are tied at 5. The Ducks have come back again from 4 runs down here tonight. They trailed 5-1 going into the bottom of the 5th. And a base hit from Miles Williams falls in front of Darian Sanford. 2-run score. We are tied at 5 apiece. And now the Ducks have the winning run 90 feet away as Jordani Valdespin is at 3rd. Williams is at 1st. Another blown save for Kevin Munson, his 2nd in a row. And Lou Ford, who had 4 hits in Game 1 of the doubleheader, comes up to the plate with a chance to give the Ducks their 2nd walk-off win of the day. The time is called here, and they're going to intentionally walk Lou Ford now. So the 2nd intentional walk of the inning, as the Barnstormers want no part of Ford. So the 2nd intentional walk of the inning after Valdespin was given the free pass. To set the stage for Williams, who collected the 2-run single. He's got 3 RBIs in the game. Another intentional walk. Another walk brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. 29 City MD locations on Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in. And now Ross Peoples will come out of the dugout, and he's going to go to his bullpen. He wants to set up a lefty-lefty matchup with David Washington. So Peoples, very much like his predecessor Butch Hobson, trying to play matchups, allow walks, put in different situations and set up matchups. He's going to try and set up the lefty-lefty here with Washington facing a lefty out of the bullpen. Will it be Marksberry again? Will it be somebody else? Pitching change coming up once again. The Ducks have rallied to tie this game at 5 and the winning run 90 feet away.
Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLiny.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time. Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
You can't make this stuff up, folks. The Ducks, who had 1 point trailed 5-1 going into the bottom of the fifth, have scored 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh. Miles Williams, 2-run single here in the seventh with 2 outs, has tied the ball game up at 5 apiece. The bases are loaded, 2 out. David Washington to the plate. Wasker Brazaban on a pitch. First pitch, swing and a miss as Washington went after the first offering and chased downstairs for strike 1. Jordani Valdespin, the winning run 90 feet away. He drove in the winning run in game 1, hoping to score the winning run here in game 2. Washington is 0 for 2 in this game with a sac fly that drove in a run 1 inning ago. The 0-1 from Brazaban. Fastball misses up and away, and that will even up the count at 1-1. Obviously nowhere to put Washington with the bases loaded. Washington had 2 RBIs in game 1, including a home run that tied the game in the 7th inning. Brazaban's 1-1. Fouled off third base side. Pitch that came up and in on the hands. Fouled off by Washington, and the count goes to 1-2. Brazaban with a 1.15 ERA in 27 appearances. He allowed a run his last time out, August the 23rd at York. That took a no decision. 2 hits as well given up by the righty. The 1-2. Fastball misses upstairs, up near the letters, and above them of Washington. That evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both teams on the top steps of their dugout. The Ducks again with a walk-off win in game 1 on Valdespin's RBI single through the left side off of Matt Marksbury. And now Brazaban, he came close to a balk there. Stepped off, but the feet kind of shuffled a bit. That almost would have forced home the winning run. 2-2 pitch coming here to Washington. Brazaban is set. Here's the offering, and Washington takes downstairs for ball 3. Good block by De La Rosa at the plate. And oh boy, baseball theater here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded, bottom of the 7th. Another out of the zone would give the Ducks their second walk-off victory of the day. And a sweep of this doubleheader. Brazaban will look in for the sign from De La Rosa. Washington staring out to the mound. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Check swing, foul ball up the first base line. That was ball 4. It was coming down and in. If that missed and Washington hadn't swung, this game would have been over. At least that's how it looked from our vantage point. But Washington just did get enough to stay alive, and we'll have another 3-2 pitch in this at bat. Obviously, with 2 outs, the runners go on the pitch. 3-2. Fly ball down the left field line. Everybody will give it a look. This will twist Fallon into the seats. Washington stays alive, and we'll do it again at 3-2. This game is starting to approach the 3-hour mark after game one went 2:49. This one right about the same time. The runners lead from every base. Valdez being the winning run at third. Brazaban looking in from the mound. Payoff pitch to David Washington is swung on at line, just foul down the right field line. That pitch looked like a strike, got a good swing on it, and just pulled it a few feet to the right of the line. Obviously a fair ball would have won the game, and we'll see a ninth pitch in this at bat. Just incredible stuff. Obviously, the games are important for every team down the stretch here, especially for these two who are both currently in playoff positions, trying to further their grasp on the playoff spots. Another 3-ball, 2-strike pitch coming, ninth of this at-bat, ninth pitch of the at-bat. Brazaban deals. Washington a swing and a drive in the air to center. It's hit pretty well. Back goes Sanford. Straightaway center. He'll make the catch. Washington flies out to center, and we'll need extras to determine the victor here in game two. David Washington battling, got a good pitch to hit. He did go after what would have likely been ball four earlier in this at-bat, but ultimately flies out, and the Ducks leave the winning run 90 feet away. They do tie the game, though. They get 2 runs in the inning on a total of 2 hits, 3 walks, 2 of which were intentional. There were no errors. But the Ducks leave the bases loaded. We will need extras to determine the victor here tonight in game 2. We go to inning number 8 with the score tied up at 5 apiece.
Hey fans, this is Colton Murray, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100. Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? Long Island's hometown team invites you to check out the Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck hasn't been reserved, the Beer Garden features a variety of the best brews, including popular fan favorites as well as local craft beer selections. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and enjoy the Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Well, we go to the 8th inning here in game number 2 of this single admission doubleheader. The Long Island Ducks rally. They get a 2-run single by Miles Williams with 2 outs in the 7th to tie the game up at 5 apiece, coming back from 5 runs down. But they end up loading the bases in the inning after a couple of intentional walks, one by Valdez being before the 2-run single, one of Ford afterwards. They bring in a righty, Oscar Brazaban, to face the lefty David Washington. And Washington skies one in the air to deep center, but not far enough to get over the head of Sanford. And we will need extras. Jose Cuas is in for the second time in this game, and he threw the first pitch behind Rico Noel. Ball seemed to slip out of his hands. Fortunate for Cuas that he didn't hit Noel. And there is ball 1. Noel is 2 for 3 in this game with a pair of singles, 2 runs, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored. And tough for Washington, who put a heck of an at-bat together, battling against Brazaban. Got the count full. A couple pitches that were fouled off. The 1-0. And this one comes inside, misses down and in, with Noel trying to bunt his way on. It's 2-0. Some defensive changes. Taylor Ard stays in this game. He will play third base after he pinch hit and struck out. in that 7th inning. And Cody Puckett shifts from third base to shortstop. 2-0. There's a strike. Good pitch from Quas. It's 2-1. Quas got the win in Game 1. He took over after Rodriguez left with the injury in the 7th inning of Game 1. And got Casey Hobson to pop that foul to third and Vladimir Frias to strike out before the Ducks rally to win the game in the bottom half of the inning. 2-1. The slider misses down and away, and it's 3-1 on Noel. Obviously, with his speed, he's not the guy you want to let on base to begin this inning. Same for the man waiting on deck, Darian Sanford. And a tie ball game here in the 8th inning. 3-1. And Noel takes down and in for ball 4. So Jose Quas had a lot of trouble finding the strike zone there to begin the inning. Misses with 4 of his 5 pitches. And Rico Noel is aboard to begin this 8th inning. Again, the Ducks used a total of 4 relief pitchers in Game 1. Abad, Andersek, Rodriguez, and Quas. They used Pimentel, Murray, Tolliver, and now Quas again here in Game 2. So they're only relievers that have yet to pitch between the 2 games of the doubleheader. The only one that hasn't pitched is Dennis O'Grady. Everybody else has appeared at least once out of the bullpen for Long Island. First pitch bunted out by Sanford. Runner is going for second. They have him caught. The throw goes to Puckett. Chasing him back to first. Throw goes to Washington. He chases him to second. The throw goes to Valdespin. Chases him back to first. Throw goes to Quas. And he'll apply the tag. A bizarre situation there. They say that Sanford went around. And ranging too far off the bay, there was Noel. A big out for Long Island. And so 1 away as Noel is caught. I believe the put-out will go 2-6-3-4-1. 2-6-3-4-1 on the put-out. As they got Noel in the rundown, he extended it for quite a while. But started to take a healthy lead there as Sanford tried to bunt his way on and swung through it on the bunt. The 0-1, and Sanford takes a breaking ball down and in here from Quas to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So a big first out there as Noel, the speedster, is off the bases. One. Fastball here, misses down and in. Quas again having trouble finding the strike zone. And he's behind on Sanford at 2-1. Quas came into the day, a 1-0 record at 2.35 ERA in 14 appearances, a scoreless 2/3 of an inning, in Game 1. Here misses downstairs, and it's now 3-1 on Sanford. And another out of the zone would put the speedy Sanford on, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI, a run scored, and a sac bunt in Game 2. And Tyler Bortnick waiting in the on-deck circle. 3-1. And that is on the outside corner, strike 2. Just caught a piece of the black on that breaking ball from Quas. So the count now full of 3 balls and 2 strikes on Sanford. With 1 out and the base is empty here in the top of the 8th inning. Payoff. Driving the air to left, backing up on it, still racing back the left fielder, and it's over the head of Garcia. It'll land. To second base goes Sanford, and he's there safely. They had Garcia playing in shallow with the lefty hitter, and that ball just ended up going over the head of Garcia. He could not track it well. It'll be a double for the speedy Darian Sanford on what should have been the second out of the inning. And now the Barnstormers with a go-ahead run in scoring position and only 1 out. So Sanford will collect his second hit of this game. And for Sanford, it is his 10th double of the year. That brings Kevin Baez out of the dugout to have a quick conversation with his right-hander, Jose Quas, who again has been falling behind in counts here throughout the course of this inning among the first 2 batters that he has faced. And now it is Tyler Bortnick, who is 1 for 3 in this game, a double and a run scored back in the 4th. And obviously, Quas will have to pay attention to Sanford. They don't want him taking third base here with less than 2 outs in the inning because a fly ball could bring him in. Quas gets the sign and comes set. Sanford takes his lead. Valdespin creeping in. First pitch, and Bortnick takes down and in for ball 1 from the right-hander. You do have a righty at the plate, so a little bit tougher for the catcher, Cabrera. Doesn't have as much of an open lane to throw down at third base. Sanford takes his lead off of second. Turning a look back to second by Quast there, chasing Sanford back to the bag. No steals in this game yet for Sanford. In game one, he had one, and then was caught rounding third base a little prematurely on the infield single by Noel and was retired. Pitch on the way here, smashed, but fouled down the third base line. Bidding for an extra base hit that would give the Barnstormers the lead back, but knocks it foul on the count of 1-1. Taylor Ard is playing right along that third base line. The no doubles defense to try and keep the ball in front of him. Again, Garcia stayed in that ball game in the seventh and chopped the ball to third base that allowed him to reach on the infield single. 1-1. Quast looking to second, deals to the plate. That misses low and inside. Barnstormers showing terrific patience here against the right-hander who's had a lot of trouble throwing strikes in this inning thus far. He has come in, he's thrown 14 pitches, just 5 of them for strikes. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Deals. Bortnick takes the slider down and away. It's 3-1. And another out of the zone would put 2 on base for Blake Galen, who waits on deck. He is 0 for 4 here tonight in this game. It'll be a 3-1 pitch to Quast. Fires home. And this misses inside, ball 4. The second walk of the inning by Jose Quast, the third batter to reach against the right-hander. Again, having to do some extra work here tonight. Pitched 2/3 of an inning in game 1. Needing to pitch again here in game 2. Francisco Rodriguez unavailable. He would likely come into a tie game at home because there's no chance for a save. But again, he pitched in game 1, had to come out with an injury after allowing the home run that gave Lancaster the lead. So 2 on, 1 out. Here is Blake Galen, who is 0 for 4 in this game with 2 flyouts and 2 strikeouts. First pitch, and he takes a fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Obviously, Quast would love a ground ball at one of his infielders here to try and turn 2. The defense, though, shifted to the right side. Puckett, the shortstop, playing behind second base. Valdez being shifted over to his left. Be an 0-1. Quast deals. Galen takes the fastball missing down and away to even the count up at 1-1 strike. Sanford with terrific speed at second base. A single, he is surely coming home. The right fielder the deepest, that is Miles Williams. The 1-1. Fastball here. That misses off the outside corner. Quast desperately trying to catch the corner on some of these pitches and get called strikes and hasn't been getting them here in this inning. I'm behind now at 2-1, and again, we talked about it. 19 pitches here for Quast in the inning, just 6 of them in the strike zone. So it'll be a 2-1 pitch coming up here to the lefty, swinging Galen. Quast deals. Galen swings, drives it down the left field line. This is going to slice foul and out of play off the end of the bat, hitting the roof of the party deck tent. And that'll even up the count at 2-2. Galen, the man at the plate, waiting in the on-deck circle is Trayvon Robinson. David Washington right along the line at first base. Again, Puckett shaded up the middle at second. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch coming. Quast looks to second, deals to the plate. Galen a swing and a line drive into center field. There's a base hit. Around third, Sanford. He'll come in to score. Going for third is Bortnick. He is in there safely. It's an RBI single for Blake Galen, his first hit of this ball game. And it restores the lead for the Barnstormers as they go in front 6-5 here in the 8th inning. Well, you got the sense that when the Ducks had the bases loaded and a chance to win the game in that 8th inning, in the 7th, and Washington put together the heck of the at-bat, but fouled the pitch off that would have all likelihood been ball 4. That it would have been tough for the Ducks to win the game there. They ultimately come up just shy as Washington flies out to center right now. Quast pitching for the second time in this doubleheader, having a lot of control issues, falling behind in counts. He has allowed 2 walks, 2 singles. And now the go-ahead run to score. Here is Trayvon Robinson to the plate, who takes outside for ball 1 again. Every Ducks relief pitcher has thrown in this game with the exception of right-hander Dennis O'Grady. And with lefty Hector Silvestre starting tomorrow, the Ducks will need length out of him. The 1-0, and that's Scott in the air, foul down the left field line out of play to even up the count at 1-1 strike. I'm sure Kevin Baez was hoping to not have to bring in Quast for a second time today. But knowing that Silvestre is starting tomorrow, Baez probably needed O'Grady for some extra length. Then again, O'Grady might need to be able to start one of the games this weekend. We haven't gotten the rotation yet. 1-1 is on the ground to second. Valdespine will field. He goes to second for one. The return to first, not in time. Robinson beats it out on the 4-6 fielder's choice. With the runner at third, the infield was not in. In to score from third base will be Bortnick. And on the fielder's choice, it's a 7-5 game. So 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Bortnick scores from third. Give the RBI to Robinson, his third of this ball game. And that has made this a 7-5 game. As the first batter retired, although technically he's on the bases. First pitch here fouled off by Josh Bell. And the count goes to 0-1. And Kevin Baez, certainly a manager who will be proud of his team for the way they fight back, and certainly they have another opportunity to fight back again when they come to the plate in the bottom half of this eighth inning. One misses outside, 1-1. But ultimately, at this stage of the year, with playoff positioning and playoff hopes on the line, there are no moral victories, and for the Ducks to come back in this game, certainly a bright spot. Runner goes from first, pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second base is not in time. Another stolen base for Trayvon Robinson, his third steal of this game. And Robinson continuing to run like the Dickens throughout the course of this ball game. The 1-2 here, and Bell swings and misses for strike three. So Quas is able to come back, get the strikeout of Bell, and that puts an end to the inning, but not before the right-hander's consecutive scoreless inning streak is snapped. Pitching for the second time today. He concedes 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits and 2 walks. There were no errors, 1 man left on base. And the Barnstormers hold the lead this time. With a chance to win the game, they have blown the lead twice today. Once gave the Ducks the win, once allowed the Ducks to tie the game. They will try and hold serve in the bottom of the 8th here today. Brazoban will stay in. Ducks trail now 7-5.
Hey fans, this is catcher Wagner Gomez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Ducks rallied with a run in the 5th, a run in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th to rally from a 5-1 deficit and tie the ball game at 5 apiece. Barnstormers took a 5-3 lead into that bottom of the 7th. The Ducks scoring 2 on the 2-run single by Miles Williams to tie the game. They left the winning run 90 feet away as Washington popped out to deep center field to end the inning. After earlier in the bat fouling off a pitch that could have possibly been ball 4 that would have forced in the winning run. And the Barnstormers get to Jose Quas in the 8th for 2 walks, 2 hits. The RBI single by Blake Galen giving Lancaster the lead. The RBI fielder's choice from Trayvon Robinson extending it. Oscar Brazoban, who got the final out of the 7th, will stay in to pitch the 8th. He deals a first pitch strike to Ramon Cabrera. And the count 0-1. Cabrera 0 for 3 in this game. He is now 0 for 7 in the series. Has popped out to third, flown out to right, flown out to center. But trying to pick up the base hit to begin this 8th inning and bring the tying run to the plate for Long Island. 0-1. Swinging and a miss. Laid on the fastball over the outside corner. And Brazoban quickly ahead 0-2. So Munson ends up going two-thirds of an inning. He allows 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts before Brazoban got the final out of the inning against Washington in a 9-pitch at bat. That saw 3 2-strike foul balls. Washington had worked the count from 1-2 to 3-2 before eventually being retired. The 0-2 to Cabrera, and he takes up and in from Brazoban for ball 1. Obviously, the Barnstormers looking to get the victory here. Sugar Land has 1, so a win for the Barnstormers would close them back to within 7 games in the second half Freedom Division standings, but help them keep pace in the wild card. The 1-2, skied in the air down the third base line. Bell ranging over towards the stands. He'll run out of room. The Barnstormers, after rallying late to claim the lead, only to see it go by the wayside in Game 1, do not want to let a third lead late in a game slip away after they did so again here in Game 2 as the Ducks rallied for 4 runs over the past 3 innings to tie the game at 5. Brazoban with a 1-2 pitch. Here it is, and Cabrera takes the fastball upstairs. Good eye from the Ducks catcher. It's 2-2. Once again, the Ducks need a bloop and a blast. Get a runner on, hit one over the fence. We're tied once again. In Game 1 of a doubleheader that took 2 hours and 49 minutes to complete. This one, well over 3 hours now. 2-2. Fouled, back behind the plate once again. This game started at 9:25, so officially at 3 hours and 7. The longest 7-inning game of the year for the Ducks was a total of 2 hours 51 minutes, but that was exactly 7 innings. This game technically an extra inning ball game. Cabrera battling with Brazoban. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Now the right-hander's 2-2. Swung on and fouled off again. Cabrera not going down easily. Knocking several pitches out of play. Behind the plate down the third base line off of righty Oscar Brazoban in his first year with the Barnstormers after pitching in the Rockies organization at AA Hartford last year. He's had terrific numbers this season for Lancaster. We'll have another 2-2 pitch coming. Here it is from the righty. And Cabrera takes down and in. Try to paint the inside corner at the knees and missed. I think Brazoban wanted strike 3 there. And now the count full at 3-2. So can Cabrera work his way on and begin this 8th inning as the Ducks look to rally once again here on this Wednesday night? Well into the early hours of Thursday morning. Later today at 6:35, these two teams will wrap up this 4-game series. Payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul off the facing of the Ducks dugout on the first base side. We'll do it again at 3-2. Nine-pitch at bat here between Ramon Cabrera and Oscar Brazoban. Next one will be number 10. And after that Washington battle to end the 7th. Again, the 3-2. Down in the dirt, ball 4. Heck of an at-bat for Ramon Cabrera, who fell behind quickly 0-2 on a called strike and a swinging strike. He fouls off 4 2-strike pitches in the at-bat, works the count full, and draws the leadoff walk. The 5th walk issued by the Barnstormers pitching staff in this game. It's brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. 29 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor, just walk in. So the Ducks put the leadoff man on, and the tying run will come to the plate once again in the form of Cody Puckett. You have to be so appreciative of what the Ducks have been doing here today. Lost the lead late in Game 1, still came back to win. Down most of this game and out. They come back to tie it. And now trying to come back once again. Here's Cody Puckett, first pitch. And he takes a fastball at the knees for strike 1. Puckett is 1 for 3 tonight. He had a solo home run over the left center field wall back in the 5th inning. Prior to that, a fly out to right. Since then, a strikeout swinging. From the stretch, here comes the 0-1 pitch. Kicks and fires. Puckett a half swing at a breaking ball downstairs. They want an appeal. Frank Urilli said no swing. And so the count even up at a ball and a strike. Anthony Vega in the on-deck circle for Long Island. Barnstormers are out-hitting the Ducks in this game 11-5, but walks certainly have helped the Ducks. Again, 5 walks. Swing and a miss here by Puckett as he chases down and in. And that'll move the count to 1-2. Tyrell Harris, the starter for the Barnstormers, way back when, who was denied the win. Did not walk a batter over the first 5 innings. Did not walk a batter over his 5 1/3. But Johnson walked 1, Munson 3, 2 of them intentional, and Brazaban 1 here in the 8th. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and Puckett takes downstairs to even the count at 2-2. The Ducks have used one player on their bench. That was Taylor R. They still have Fields, Lyons, and Navarro. None of those 3, though, have particularly amazing speed. Fields with the best of the bunch. And we'll see if somebody gets on whether or not Fields is used as the pinch runner. Cabrera takes his lead off first. The 2-2 from Brazaban to Puckett. There's the kick and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit to short. This should be 2. Flip to second for 1. On to first. Double play. So Cody Puckett worked the counts at 2-2, but he grounds into a 6-4-3 double play. Cabrera erased at second. And with 2 down and the bases empty, the Barnstormers are 1 out away once again from the victory, and that'll leave it up to Anthony Vega. So Oscar Brazaban gets a big double play off the bat of Puckett, who is now 1 for 4 in Game 2. And here is Anthony Vega, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored in this game. Drew a walk in the 7th that started the rally. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Brazaban for strike 1. Vega did play in Game 1 of this doubleheader as well. He had a double, a run scored, a stolen base as well, and laid down a sac bunt in the 7th that helped the Ducks get the win. Here's the 0-1. Line drive in the air to left. Backing up on it is Rico Noel. He will make the catch. This ball game is finally over, and in 8 innings, the Barnstormers defeat the Long Island Ducks by the count of 7-5. And these 2 teams will settle for the split of this single admission doubleheader. Well, kudos to the Ducks. A terrific job tonight to rally back from 4 runs down and tie the game in the 7th. But unfortunately for Long Island, they leave a man on base. The winning run at third base with the bases loaded and 2 out in the 7th as Washington flies out to center to end the inning. And the Barnstormers get 2 runs off Jose Quas pitching for the 2nd time today in the 8th. And Quas will get a win in Game 1, a loss in Game 2. So, teams split the doubleheader. Don't go anywhere. The postgame show's coming up next. We'll recap this game and hand out the player of the game honors. Ducks fall in Game 2, 7-5.
Hey fan, this is Carlos Pimentel, pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Back here one final time at Bethpage Ballpark on this Wednesday night, a hot and steamy Wednesday night. Now I should actually officially say on this Thursday morning, as we are now 40 minutes past midnight on this Thursday. 2 very long games as part of this doubleheader today. A 2-hour, 49-minute affair in Game 1 that the Ducks rallied back for a walk-off win in. Game 2 took 3 hours and 13 minutes, 8 innings, but in extras, the Barnstormers come away with a 7-5 win. So the team split the doubleheader here today. Lancaster has taken 2 of the first 3 games in this series. They'll go for the series win tomorrow night, or later tonight, I should say. In the finale of the series, Ducks will try and salvage a split of this 4-game set. To recap for you, lots of runs once again. The Barnstormers took an early lead, 2 runs in the first inning, on a 2-run single to right field by Casey Hobson. That followed a single, a runner reaching on a catcher's interference, a fielder's choice, and a walk in that inning. And Hobson ultimately delivered the 2-run single that gave the Barnstormers the early 2-0 lead. Ducks came back with a run in the bottom of the first on a solo homer to right by Miles Williams, his 3rd of the year. Barnstormers then got to Lorenzo Barcelo, who struggled here tonight in the 3rd. Trayvon Robinson, a solo home run the other way to right field, his 6th of the year. And then in the 4th inning, 3 more hits for Lancaster, along with a walk, an RBI ground out from Darian Sanford in the inning, and an RBI single from Robinson up the middle. That had the Barnstormers in front by the count of 5-1. Tyrell Harris had the Ducks stifled over the first 4 innings of this game. Just a 1 base runner on the homer by Williams. They got another homer in the 5th. A 1-out solo blast by Cody Puckett to left field that made it a 5-2 game. After scoreless 6th inning from Colton Murray. By the way, Carlos Pimentel had pitched a scoreless 5th. In the bottom half of the 6th inning, Steve Longo singled to begin the inning against Harris, and with a 1-out, Steven Johnson came in, hit Miles Williams with a pitch, walked forward, bases loaded. Washington drilled one to deep center field, but it was caught by the center fielder Sanford. Run came in to score, and that made it a 5-3 game. And then Ramon Cabrera, with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 2 out, lined one into center. Sanford raced in, made an incredible diving catch for the final out of the inning, saving 2 runs, and that kept it a 5-3 game. Scoreless inning in the 7th from Asher Tolliver, and then in the bottom half of the 7th, Kevin Munson came on to try and earn the save, and with 1 out, walked Anthony Vega, gave up an infield single to Robert Garcia. After a strikeout of pinch hitter Taylor Ard, both runners would move up on a wild pitch in that at-bat, and then an intentional walk by Jordani Valdespin loaded the bases for Miles Williams. He connected for a 2-run single to center field, and that tied the ball game up at 5 apiece. Then the Barnstormers elect to intentionally walk Lou Ford, and instead load the bases for David Washington. In came righty Oscar Brazovan to face Washington, who connected for a 9-pitch at bat, but on that 9th pitch, after earlier in the bat chasing what appeared to be ball 4, he flied out to center field for the final out of the inning as Sanford caught it in deep center. That sent the game to the 8th. Jose Quas came in for the 2nd time today, and Quas allowed a walk. They got Noel out in a rundown in between 1st and 2nd later in that at bat with Sanford at the plate. But then Sanford doubled, Bordnick walked, and Blake Galen delivered an RBI single to center that put the Barnstormers back in front. Trayvon Robinson, an RBI fielder's choice, adding insurance. The Ducks got a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 8th by Ramon Cabrera, but a double play and a flyout ended the game, and Lancaster took this one by the final count of 7-5. Final total, 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Barnstormers. They left 10. For the Ducks, 5 runs, 5 hits, and an error. They left 5. Winning pitcher Oscar Brazovan, who allows just 1 walk in 1 1/3 scoreless innings, improves to 2-3. Jose Quas, who got the win in Game 1, takes the loss in Game 2. He falls to 2-1, allowing 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 walks in his 1 inning of work. There was no save. Game took 3 hours and 13 minutes in front of a crowd of 4,120 for this single admission doubleheader. As for the player of the game here for Game 2 tonight, it's going to be Trayvon Robinson of the Barnstormers. He was 2 for 5 at the plate, drove in 3 runs, including a home run. He stole 3 bases as well, scored twice, a little bit of everything, and was key to the Barnstormers' 7-5 victory over the Ducks here in Game 2 of the doubleheader to salvage a split of the Twin Bill. On the out-of-town scoreboard, which we'll go through before we wrap things up here tonight, earlier today, the Patriots a 5-3 win over the Road Warriors, rallying from a 3-0 deficit. Kyle Davies, the win, improved to 6-7. Andres Caceres, the loss, fell to 2-3. Ryan Kelly, his 19th save of the year. A home run from Edwin Gomez of the Road Warriors in the loss. Andy Chavez drove in 2 runs for the Patriots in the win. So Somerset gains a half game with the Ducks splitting the doubleheader, and they are now within 4 games of the Ducks for first place in the second half divisional standings. Bees 10, Revolution 3. Brandon Cunniff, the win, improved to 2-0. Mitch Atkins, the loss, fell to 11-6. Home runs from the Bees from Jovan Rosa, Jamar Walton, Jonathan Galvez, and Vicente Condi. And the Skeeters a 4-3 win over the Blue Crabs. Lucas Irvin, the win, improved to 1-0. Craig Stem, the loss, fell to 6-8. Felipe Paulino, his 30th save. No home runs in that game. Skeeters led with 2 RBIs from Juan Silverio. Mets ended up losing in the continuation of their suspended game earlier today, 2-1 of the Chicago Cubs, but they won the second game. They originally scheduled the game 10-3. Jason Vargas, the win, improved to 5-8. Alec Mills, the loss, fell to 0-1. Todd Frazier with a grand slam, his 16th home run of the year. Yankees fall to the White Sox at Yankee Stadium. Reynaldo Lopez, the win, improved to 5-9. The loser, CC Sabathia, fell to 7-5. Chase Fry, his 4th save of the season. And Lamare with a 3-hit night, 4 RBIs, including his 2nd home run of the year. Red Bulls get a win as well tonight as they defeat Houston Dynamo 1-0 on a goal from Brian White. That'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard. This series will conclude tomorrow, the finale of a 4-game series, last game of the season series between these two teams. And for the Ducks, they'll send left-hander Hector Silvestre to the mound. They'll need some length out of him after the Ducks use pretty much all their bullpen arms here tonight. Silvestre on the year with a record of 2-0 with 6.23 ERA, coming off a so-so start against the Road Warriors. Lefty John Anderson will start for the Barnstormers, has a 4-2 record this year with a 3.01 ERA. Matchup of Southpaws tomorrow. Ducks will try and salvage a split of this series. Barnstormers will look for the series win. The team split a doubleheader today here at Bethpage Ballpark. That'll do it for us here on this long Wednesday night, now into Thursday morning. Once again, the final score was the Barnstormers falling to the Ducks 8-7 in a walk-off fashion. Jordani Valdez being single winning it for the Ducks in Game 1, but the Barnstormers come back and in 8 innings in Game 2. They get the victory, with the final count being the Barnstormers 7, the Ducks 5. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast. That will be tomorrow night, or later today, I should now say, when these two teams wrap up the series. Pre-game show 6:20, first pitch 6:35. You can follow all the action right here on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. My name is Michael Pollack. Thank you so very much for spending your Wednesday with me. Hope you enjoyed these 2-game broadcasts. The Ducks winning Game 1. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, now into Thursday. We'll do it all over again later today here at Bethpage Ballpark. Have a good rest of your night from Long Island.